What is going on, you guys? It is Dog Cost Crypto here at the new studio. What's going on? I am joined by O'Neal Yasuke Fitness, man. What's up, dude?
Yasuke Fitness. What's going on, guys? It's your boy Yasuke Fitness. I'm glad to be here, man. Glad to be here, and just big special thanks to Miguel, man. He's the big man behind all this. You know what I'm saying? So just appreciate him.
Hey, man. Thank you so much, man. Hey, and this is the guy right here trying to get me whole ready, man.
Yeah. So the plan right now is to get Miguel whole ready. You know, we're on week 3 right now. So we, you know what I'm saying, we still moving through the bushes, through the thick of it. So but Miguel's doing great. You know, he's doing really, really well. Surprisingly, I mean, not surprisingly, Miguel's a big guy. He has a lot of strength on him. Got a lot of strength on him. So I can definitely expect him to make a lot of gains here coming soon. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, thanks, man. Dude, those Russian twists kill me, bro.
Dude, the Russian twists, man. You got
terrible. Oh my
Russian
God.
twists. You need them. You need them. So
yeah, man.
That's why they hurt so much.
And shout out to my boy Crypto Boogie, man. Drinking the black coffee. There you go, bro. But yeah, man. So new studio. Shout out to my boy Travis.
What's good, guys?
What's up, man? Shit, got an engineer now. Got my own Jamie. What's good?
Yeah, young Travis, call me.
Young Travis, baby. Sheesh. Got the Thanos gauntlet in the back and all this other stuff, man. We're going to deck the studio out in a bit and stuff. This is the alpha version of the studio now.
I mean, it's like the perfect time to open up a P.O. box and get people to send you some tchotchkes to put around the studio.
Right, right.
Maybe your top donos. Who knows?
Right.
Yeah. No, definitely. But I wanted to bring O'Neal here as my first guest and stuff. Not only that, because he flew really. I mean,
I drove.
He drove. He drove.
I drove across the country, guys. Like, let me tell you something, man. I absolutely wanted to dedicate myself to Miguel and just training. So I drove across the country. It took a big risk, entrepreneur life. We all trying to make it. So I took a big risk and drove across the country out here. Now I'm in Las Vegas and training the big man. So we out here.
Heck yeah, man. I mean, I actually was worried for you, man, because I was like, dude, isn't it like raining or something on the East Coast?
Dude, I swear, I kid you not. I was driving out here and it looked like a tornado was gonna form. Because I know this is like Tornado Alley, and some places like driving towards here.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear I thought a tornado was gonna form, like,
Wow.
and like just take me off the road. Like, this is desert. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not used to this. I'm from Florida. I'm a Florida boy.
Yeah, I'm from the West Coast too and stuff, and it took me a while to get used to the dryness out here, man.
Dude.
It's dry, bro. Like Vegas is dry. I don't know how Travis has been. How long you been out here, Travis?
Born and raised. They call me a desert rat.
Jesus Christ! So you know about them desert cheeks?
Yes.
Sheesh.
Wow. But yeah, so I did want to like use some of this time to just voice some questions to you as well.
Yeah, for sure.
So while we talk and whatnot, and I'm sure we're gonna go off and like, you know, into whole different tangents, which is great.
I know, right?
So, but I mean, you just want me to go ahead?
Yeah, I mean, let's go into it a little bit. So, I guess first, I guess first things first. I mean, you know, I just want to, thank you for all the fitness advice and stuff like that you're doing and stuff over here. You're training me over here, and then as well as every chance I get, I'm trying to teach you about crypto as well.
Yeah. So it's like he's the money, you know, I'm the muscles.
Yes, sir.
And right now we're like exchanging, you know what I'm saying?
Synergy information.
You know what I'm saying? There's synergy we're going on right now. So, but yeah, of course, bro. Of course, like fitness is something that I've just dedicated my life to it, man. And like, I kid you not. So my older brother is my first mentor, my first trainer that really taught me the ways. And I remember like working out with him, getting started, and I'm telling you, like, I walked through the fire, like in terms of like just the training and, you know, getting up and like the eating. And then one day we did a full body workout. My brother was like, "Hey, Derek, you know, if you guys want to follow him, at Derek the Divine on Instagram, go ahead and check him out." We did a full body workout. He was like, "Dude, let's just do a full body workout." And I was like, "Bro, what do you mean? Like, why?"
Were you full bro splits at the time? Were you doing bro splits at the time?
Yeah, like mainly bro splits, you know, chest, back, bro, arms, you know what I'm saying? But just that day, he was like, "Let's do a full body." And like when he means full body, he means like we're going to focus on every single muscle on our body. And we did it. And somehow I got through it. Every time I work out with him, I'm stronger. We're like Saiyans, I promise you. Like we like get stronger when we're around each other for some reason. Right. But after that workout, I laid down in my bed that night and I was so sore. And I was like, this is the greatest thing ever. Like something in my mind just clicked and it was like, this is the greatest thing ever. Never stop doing this. And then ever since then, it's been just been automatic for me.
Got you.
And I want to share that. I like sharing that with people. I like to see people transform as well.
Yeah, because you're one of the few people on Instagram that I actually see like actually doing some crazy stuff, like actually showing the video, like even today, right? You're like, you had this whole motivational video about doing push-ups and stuff. You can do 100 push-ups. Then I liked it, said "fuck yeah, shoo" on it and stuff, and then a minute later, you start doing the 100 push-ups. Dude, I was like, what the fuck? Because like, most of these fitness guys, they say, "Hey, you should do this and this and this." Like Jocko Willings is one of the cool guys who's like, I wake up at 4:30 in the morning every fucking morning, and then he does it. And he actually shows it like, time to wake up, motherfuckers. He shows a picture of his clock every morning. And but he's like a rare exception. Yeah.
See, like when it comes to a lot of the fitness influencers and things on Instagram and the internet, it is very, you don't really know what they do. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know what they do or how they do it. And, I started from the ground up and, I'm more about, I'll give you the information, but I'm also more about changing the mindset. Right. Like when it comes to fitness and making gains, losing fat or building muscle, there's a mindset. Like it's not just something that you just do and it's like, oh, it's New Year's resolution, or like I'm doing this because I want to look good in this dress, or like I want to look good in this suit. It's like you legitimately have to like have some kind of awakening, some genesis in your mind that tells you like, this is it. I'm not going to stop, or like, I'm not going to stop until I see what I want in the mirror, or like however it works. So I like to get in front of the camera and I like to try and like, I want to force that out of people. Cause that's how it was for me. Like it wasn't simple. Right. You know what I'm saying? It was, well, I guess it was pretty simple, but it wasn't easy. Like all the coaches that I had and mentors that I had, nobody's ever like sat down and was like, all right, man, like you're doing great. And like, or like, just like there's no coddling. It's
Right,
like
right.
I remember way back when my mind was first getting conditioned for fitness. I was a wrestler in high school, and my coach, we were doing like sit-ups and push-ups and stuff like that, trying to get conditioned. And my coach literally looked down at me. He was like, "Stop looking so weak." Like my coach, grown man. I'm like 16. I'm 16 at the time, and I'm just starting wrestling. You know, I'm trying to break out of my shell. And my coach looks down at me while I'm on the mat. He's like, "Stop looking so weak. Like, what are you doing?" And like ever since then, like I've always like remembered him saying that to me, and it's like, dude, like just do it. Like stop complaining. Like just keep going. So that's just how the approach that I take when it comes to fitness. And once you switch over into that mindset, it's everything's automatic at that point. Your food, hitting the gym, the time management, you integrate it into your life once your mind switches.
Right. I mean, I guess that person in my life would probably have been my dad. But it was like so it's like, you know, shout out to MLD baby. What's going on? Modern Life Dating.
Hey.
But our boy and stuff like that. But it's like money, muscles, game, right? Frame, right? And you know, I feel like every time in someone's life you kind of choose a lane to kind of propel yourself in. Some people are just naturally, they already got the looks and stuff, so they can kind of focus on other stuff. But like I primarily, because like, you know, growing up and everything like that, you know, immigrant, you know, the classic immigrant background. My parents, you know, came illegally from Mexico across the border, you know, swam across the, no, but it's that classic story. So I mean, it was all about, you know, the money, you know. So it's like we focus, you know. So I had the same sort of thing with my dad, except it came on the money side, and then eventually I became like a full-time gym rat. And I've told you the stories already, like. And what broke my spirit was basically that I got so many injuries where I couldn't even work out anymore.
Yeah,
and I got put into a bad spot, but. But I didn't let that destroy my life, because most people, this is where people spiral into like taking like opioids and, you know, getting into all kinds of drugs and stuff. I was like, well, I got all this free time. Let's get into crypto. Let's go really crazy into crypto. Cause like I had been in crypto since 2016 and, you know, working, putting money out, and around, I think like, what was it? At the end of 2019, around that time, my body was broken, like broken and like I was like taking one leg in and out of I had to like grab my legs to get them out of the truck like this, like just one by one.
And you were still working.
And I was still, because I couldn't stop working. Like I was giving my parents money and stuff. You know, I had my brothers, and I had a lot of people working for me. Like at that time, I think I had 15 guys working for me, and I think I told the story that it was just like this years and years and years of like, I would balloon up to like, I had one guy with me, then I'd got 5, and then work went to shit, 3, 10. 4. Like it was like constant accordion of my life and stuff, until eventually, like, you know, I hit like 25 and I was like, damn, I'm macking out here, and then bam, back down. But it's like, but I wouldn't give up and stuff, because it's like, you know that, I mean, you're a hardworking guy, so you know this and stuff too, like, you know, you just gotta keep on going. But so I just had all this free time, so I was like, all right, you know, screw it, I'm going to you know, I'm just going to focus all in crypto right now, because it's like, well, the work, my body is so messed up that I can only maintain the business. So, okay, let me just focus, because I would work the routes and stuff with my guys. So I was like, let me just, since I can't work out anymore, which made me really sad, I was like, let me focus all into crypto. And then that's how I found like Charlie and MLD and all these guys and Rolo, and then went full into the money game.
Yeah. So like, it's funny, because I mean, well, it's exactly like how Rolo kind of mentioned it in his books, when it comes to like, as men, we tend to like, you know, propel in one area, and like it's kind of like your senses. It's like if you were blind, then your hearing would be like supersonic or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So like when one area is like, when we can't hit one area, the other areas are gonna go up. You know what I'm saying? So
but that's if you have a positive mindset. Yeah because like it's that whole thing, like, because there's a lot of people, they get knocked down once and they don't get up again. You know?
Yeah, that's unfortunate, man. And I see guys like that all the time. You know, I've met guys like that. I've worked with guys like that, and it's impossible to change a mind that's unwilling to change, bro. Right. It's once a mind has gotten like so low to the point where like their entire existence is like just despair through their eyes. Right. And I could never get them to like push a little bit further, or like see the sunshine on the other side of the hill. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely to stay out of that mindset. So one way that I stay out of that mindset is, honestly, I can't even like say it in a way that it sounds cool. It's just discipline.
Right.
It's just sheer willpower most of the time. And a little bit background about me. You know, I know a lot of guys on here, they've never seen me before, but I was I'm a U.S. Navy veteran. You know, I did my time, served my 4 years in the U.S. Navy straight out of high school. You know, went to college as well. And so for those 8 years of my life, it was either physical or mental stress. So being in the military, you know, like dropping me off and I'm in boot camp, you know, the second day in boot camp, and like we got people having like, you know, panic attacks, like
really?
like you know what I'm saying, like seizing, and like people got to like rush in and get them out, and I'm like, yo, this is it, this is the military, right? So to me it's not so bad, but like to average people it's like, oh my God, like, you know, I was on like warships and I did deployments and I did the whole 9 yards. So those were like very high stress situations that allowed me to become the person that I am, and as well in school as well. So going through college, I graduated in computer engineering at UCF, University of Central Florida, and that was just excruciating. It was excruciating. It was stressful, but it was sheer force and willpower that got me through, man. I can't put it any other way. And sometimes it's like you just get lucky too. Like, so I don't like something inside of me believes that like if there is a God or like a deity or something out there, it's watching over me.
It's fucking with you.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking, because there's been times that like I barely made it through, and I'll be like, yo, like, oh, like whoever was doing that for me, yes, thank you.
This quote from Andrew Tate is so fucking funny, where he says like, you know, God has favorites.
Yeah, like it like when he first said that, I was like, damn, he really said that.
Yeah,
but
he really said that. Yeah.
But then, you know, I get why he says it. You know, you have to look at yourself like that. You have to look at yourself as in a good light, and think positively about your experiences, because your mind, once you open your mind to like the positive experiences, you just start to like, it just starts to come to you. You know what I'm saying? You turn up every stone and you find the answer eventually. And that's where I started to just trust the process, man. I trusted it every day of the week. So, but yeah, that's pretty much like my little backstory,
right?
And like how I got into fitness, military, and school and whatnot. Didn't want to go into too much detail with that because I can go on forever. But
no, you're my guest and stuff. But I mean, this is a crypto show and stuff, right?
Yeah,
and I know you have like a ton of questions. So let's get. I mean, I thought this would be a really interesting interview, just because we'd be able to like get like a person trying to get into crypto's perspective of like what do you want to ask me, right, in terms of like what's going on right now, man. So just let me know.
So first question. You know, there's probably a couple of people that know me that are watching this, and everybody that knows me probably doesn't really do a whole lot into crypto. So if you can explain in like 30 seconds, what is crypto? Like something very just concise.
What is crypto? Crypto's the future, baby. It's the money, man. If you ain't in crypto, you broke. But crypto is basically digitizing all money, assets, property, anything in the physical world is going to have a digital representation on the internet.
Okay.
That's what it is. And with complete ownership by you.
So it's digital assets.
It's digital assets.
Okay.
That's truly what it is. But this has existed before, but you've had problems with something like you used to make a song, or you'd make a picture and your pictures would get copied everywhere, right? Or, you know, your music would just get, you know, downloaded on LimeWire or whatever thing, you know, shout out to my social shoulder boy. But you would get all these illegal downloads and stuff. What basically it fixed is the triple accounting sort of issue where, you know, you would create a digital money online and people would figure out ways to copy it. Where like now you can't copy Bitcoin because you can verifiably check is this the real Bitcoin on the real server or on the real line. And then that's what makes it really valuable, because now since you can't copy, you can't make fake coins anymore. There's a set parameter rules. Yeah. And then you can't break them now. Okay. That's what makes it so fucking cool.
Right. Okay, so I got another one. So I wanted to skip to this question. This is a question that, you know, if somebody's watching you and Charlie and the Crypto Mindset. So what is the Citadel? I want you to tell me exactly what is the Citadel.
Sheesh.
What is the Citadel? Right. Where is it? Where is the Citadel?
The Citadel is in here, but it's on Telegram, right? So shout out to my boys in the Citadel, baby. We out here, man. The Citadel is basically it's basically a group of men and women and stuff that are based as hell. So it's a place where people can talk freely about crypto, get like alpha drops and stuff. Shout out to all the fight clubs and stuff like that we're doing and stuff.
Okay.
But and I'll explain that a little bit later and stuff. But what the Citadel is basically it's a place where you can actually be around people that are positively minded. So a lot of times in life, you're in this place where everyone around you is like a hater. I mean, let's be for real. Like most people in life are fucking haters. Like, and you may love these haters. These could be your mom or your dad. Like for a long time, even my own mom and dad didn't think it was real. Right. Like they thought, like, oh, okay, Miguel, yeah. Oh, yeah, sure, Miguel, yeah, sure.
What do they say now?
Like, proud of you, mijo. Real proud. Yeah, like I tell them I go to the moon, and they're like, "When you going?" Like it's not even like a doubt anymore. It's it's a place where everyone's fucking down as hell, cool ass motherfuckers. You're in every month you're in the Citadel, you get $50 off the crypto mindset course. So I actually really highly would recommend people to sign up to the Citadel, kind of see how everything's like and stuff. You can ask all these beginner questions. Everyone will help you out. It's a really cool place. We try to schedule these calls, but we do these kind of online calls with everybody where we can it's basically a giant private AMAs that we do for the guys. Okay. Answer all these private questions, and we can be a lot more cavalier because I can't say everything I want to do on YouTube because obviously right now you've seen what happened to Andrew Tate, and Sneeko, and all these other guys. Like people are getting banned right now, and we're part of. We're the red pill of finance, but we are part of the red pill. So shout out to Rollo Tomasi, which I'm interviewing this Thursday at noon. I'm sorry.
Shout out to the boss man.
But this is you want to join the Citadel because it's a place where you can like upgrade yourself. We've got people working in like from blue collar, white collar, managers, entrepreneurs, every facet of life that are in there making money and stuff, making moves, and just everyone's kind of like saying like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Just being in there, you're gonna be able to pick up on a new coin or something that could actually make you like a 30, 40x. Okay. That's kind of crazy, or keep you safe from scams.
Okay. So when I first heard Charlie mention the Citadel like on his social media, like I thought the Citadel was like when you've accumulated enough digital asset, crypto like currencies or coins to where you are now like it's almost like you're being seated in like a castle, and it's like, all right, well, you have been inducted into the Citadel, right. Saying you have, made X this amount many of X's, and like, you've spent this many years doing that. You felt the pumps and the dumps, right. And you have the stripes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So originally the Citadel came from a meme and stuff. I mean, like I think I even have it on my phone right here. I don't know. I might. Yeah. I don't know if you could see this and stuff, but it's basically like there you go. It's a little picture. It's a Citadel, right? Oh, okay. We literally do an entire webinar in this meme is probably one of the most important memes ever created in crypto. Period. Which is it's basically the Tower of Babylon and stuff like that, but it's made pepetized and stuff. Where basically it's like you hit certain thresholds of wealth where then you hit escape velocity.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the original meme, and then from there we ended up creating this entire webinar in the course. Out of like we do like something like 24 webinars. Of course, like each webinar in the Crypto Mindset course is basically about 4 to 5 hours. We do about 2 of them a day and stuff. So anyone who wants to know Crypto Mindset, Q4 is coming out in November, you guys. So be on the lookout and stuff. Coming out November 4th. Yeah.
Be on the lookout for that. That.
But originally the Citadel was this meme about Bitcoins, but now we've kind of hit into a multi-coin world where if you have a certain amount of Ethereum, a certain amount of Hex, a certain amount of Bitcoin, you've kind of hit this level where like you have enough crypto where you have like basically intergenerational wealth, or you hit this point where like it's really hard to go broke. For most people, I would say like 10 Bitcoin, like 100 Ethereum, something like that, or maybe even like 150 Ethereum, a couple million Hex or something like that. You hit this point, or a certain amount of T shares, just 100 T shares. You hit the certain point in a crypto where you have enough passive income, or you just have enough that you can take the Bitcoin, buy certain altcoins, you can move it around, and then you can make multiples on that. So let's just say I have 10 Bitcoin. I take 3 Bitcoin, spread it amongst like 5 or 6 coins I think that are good. Hex, Cardano, Ethereum, XRP if people want like that coin. Whatever coins that are when they're cheap. And then those will do so many more multiples on Bitcoin that you can then sell them off, put 6 Bitcoin back. Now you're sitting at 13 Bitcoin.
Okay.
And then you still have all these bags. that you can sell later off in the bull market. So basically you hit this point where like you're just permanently wealthy, and you can do the strategy where you can invest 3 Bitcoin every cycle and just you basically would have to fuck up 3 cycles, which is like 12 years. You'd have to fuck up 12 years to like run through that bag. So it's that much money and stuff. And it for some people right now, it doesn't seem like a lot, but like a Bitcoin's like what, 20 G's right now?
Yeah.
20 G's right now, right? Probably going to go lower, but like it's 20 G's right now. In 12 years, it's probably going to be $1 million. Maybe a couple $100,000 at the worst case. So you're talking about if you have 10 BTC right now, 200 G's. In 12 years, it's going to be about over $1 million. Easy.
So I want to ask this question.
Okay.
What is the biggest obstacle for new guys in crypto? And what is the biggest obstacle for seasoned guys like yourself and other guys in crypto?
Right. So
currently.
All right. For new guys, it's getting started.
Just simply started.
It's just simply, that's why we created the crypto mindset courses, because that's the hardest thing to do, because you are going to get scammed coming into crypto if you don't know what you're doing. It's just everyone's got a hello my baby, hello my darling. everyone's got their little pitch down real good in crypto.
Yeah.
So you'll fall for it because you're virgin ears, virgin mind. You don't know what's going on. It's like you see all this money floating around. It's like, whoa, this and memes that, Pepe who, bull market this and bull market that. The bulls and the bears. I mean, everyone in crypto Twitter, everyone on Instagram, everyone there is just going crazy about crypto. But so you don't know what's real and not real.
Okay.
And you'll more than likely fall for a scam. And then more than likely you'll fall for somebody like DMing you about basically, hey, give me like, oh, I don't know how to work a MetaMask. Hey, I'm from MetaMask support. Give me your seed phrases, which are the 12 words, the 12 password words on your account. I can help you out. Okay, cool. Where did my money go? They ran off.
So I wanted to caveat on the phrases. So I don't think people understand the gravity of those phrases because once you first start, you don't have a lot of money in them, so you just write them down on a piece of paper. You say, all right, whatever. But like, truthfully, how should somebody be guarding those phrases? How like what kind of security should be done to protect those phrases?
Right. So I thought about making a really funny joke, but then let me be serious with this. So obviously in the beginning, right, you should always write down in nice bold letters all your 12 words. Some wallets have 24. So it's usually a 12 or a 24, right? The 24 is basically if there's some people that believe we're going to get like these kind of high-level computers at some point where they'll be able to hack into a 12 word. So a 24 would just make it so much harder for them to kind of guess your passwords. Okay. But most wallets, I would say 99% of wallets have 12 words. So you write down these 12 words, nice, bold, printed, no cursive letters, where it's like unmistakable to read them. Then you make 3 copies of them. And that's the beginning. That right there is probably like the first part of it. You need your password should never go on the computer. They should never be on your phone. Phone notes. They shouldn't be on any clipboard. Nothing digital at all. It has to be analog, like pen, paper.
Yeah.
Pen, paper. No phone. I mean, literally, I would have tossed my phone right now. But like, toss your phone away. No computers in a damn near in a dark room with a flashlight. And then if you're doing a laptop or a computer, covering the actual like camera on your computer, nothing around you. You write down these words. You don't like Apple, Google, whatever the words are and stuff like. You don't write. You in silence. Then from there, once you have your 3 copies, this is the mistake one that people make, the computer stuff, right? But outside of that, they make only 1 copy. So once it gets destroyed, it's gone. Other mistake people do is like they memorize their words, which there's pros and cons to memorize. There's pros and cons for people memorizing the words because there's something called wrench gang, where people will hold you up and try to fuck you up to get your passwords.
Really?
Yeah, and then you'll give them the passwords. It's like, you could beat me up. I don't know my shit. I don't even remember what I ate last week.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's this whole thing where like, it's like there's nothing to get. Like even Richard says it. Like you could beat me up. Like I don't even know my words. Right? It's that whole thing. There's that. But then you're trusting that your processes are in good enough health that you can actually defend your stuff. Another mistake people do now. A couple people have had this happen to them. Not many, but it's going to be more in the future. Is that people have their seed phrases, like that piece of paper written down or in nice paper or whatever they do, and they put it in a safety deposit box. Because it makes sense, right? You put it at the bank, no one will be able to rob that. It's a piece of paper and most people won't know. But at some point in the future, everyone's going to know about crypto. Within the next 10 years, everyone, like 40% of the population, possibly maybe even like 25% of the population will be in crypto, where they'll have a knowledge. So anyone working in the financial sector is more, especially if you're working at a bank, will probably know what a seed phrase is at that point. So you can get to a point where people might open safety deposit boxes. Wow.
Right.
You wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know, and they could rob you blind.
So people actually, so the people at the bank actually have access to your safety deposit box.
And the government now passed a thing where they can actually open your safety deposit boxes. Yeah.
That's
So
insane.
it's totally useless now. Do not put your seed phrases in the safety deposit box. Bunch of horse shit.
That's crazy.
Now that's mistake number 2. In order, so the way we tell people is, obviously right now you couldn't, like, this is just, getting someone started. You have 3 copies, put them in a safe place, preferably, I don't know, somewhere where you have access to it, somewhere where you trust a trusted person, or just a place, another property you own, or just somewhere hidden, or you can make sort of like, you can grab a favorite book or something, and then sort of like make us like, you can make your own words where like you can have a portion, like this word on this page, this word on this.
Like underline it on pages.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I mean, you can do something like that, right? But you can definitely do something like that, and then that'll keep you safe. And then also on top of that, if you've memorized, you just rebuy the book and you find your codes again.
Right.
Yeah, that's another way to do it. But then there's a second level, right, where you then there's essentially bifolds. I think it's what's called bifold.com. It's basically a wallet where you basically put your seed phrases in metal. So it's like a metal alphabet. It's like a card. It's like a card like this big, and you can literally put like Apple, this word, that word, all 12 words, and then literally if your house burned down, it wouldn't get destroyed.
Okay.
So that's because that's one of the only risks, right? So obviously, one of the risks is if you live on the coast like I do, or like you lived over there in Florida, tsunami or hurricane or a fire, and then it's gone. So the only thing we got to risk, I mean, in deserts like here or like up or anywhere in the United States in the desert, the only thing you got to worry about is a fire, really.
So you're talking about you're going as far as like natural disasters.
Yes.
And so people we really need to be protective of this. Like this needs to be like held like very closely, and always somewhere where where you can find it, where it's going to be at.
Yeah.
So okay.
So there's that, and then on top of that, like not putting your codes on like mobile devices or stuff like that as well. Like you could have a little fuck around wallet, that's fine. Like I tell people they can have like I call it a condom wallet, but like you could have a little like you could have like a trading wallet or something, that's fine. Whatever, a couple $1,000 here and there. Maybe you're like, oh shit, the price is really like, because we all work, right? Like I used to work in the landscape. I used to work in landscape and construction and stuff like that. So I would be on the field sometimes. So sometimes I'd have like access to like a couple $1,000 and I'd buy like $1,000 a hex or a Ethereum back in the day because the price went low and I was like, holy crap, and I snatched it up. But then from there, you take that money and transfer it to a safe wallet. And then once you've created a wallet, then you go buy a Trezor Model T or a Ledger Model S. Mm-hmm. And I mean, personally, I recommend the Model T, but the Ledger S is totally safe as well. And then that creates another layer of protection on your main wallet. So you're essentially you're protecting your keys, and on top of that, you have a second layer of protection that doubly protects your coins, and you've created basically a bank vault. So you have a place where you have money, like like a hot wallet is a wallet that's connected, like a MetaMask, that's connected to the internet. Then you have like something, a Ledger or a Trezor that's like a cold wallet, which means it's not connected to the internet. You only log in when you want to access it, and then as soon as you're done, off. And it sounds like, damn, Miguel, that's a lot of bullshit to do with this.
Yeah.
But you are taking custody of your money.
Yeah.
But that's
It's
power.
responsibility, power.
It's power, because we give our responsibility of our money to middlemen all the time, and this is why we get these lackluster gains and stuff like that. This is why this equities market. It's like, holy shit, you guys, we have killed it this year. We've done 12% on the S&P 500, right? You hear that? That's nothing. What 12%? What the CPI number, right? Is like 8.6. So that means double it. We're at 17% inflation. So it's like, oh, look at that. I've lost 4% to inflation this year. I've gone 4% poorer for not accessing my money, giving my money to other people to pump their coins. That's one thing you learn about crypto, is that once you get into crypto, you will literally understand everything in the financial sector in coin terms. Because the financial sector makes everything so fucking complicated that you don't know what's going on. And then once you learn it in crypto, it's like, oh, they're trying to have me pump their, like, where it's like, why is this like everyone wants, like, buy Tesla, right? This is how the reason Tesla's a great company, but like if you look at it, right, let's just put it in coin terms. Let's just say Tesla is a coin. right? And you have the founder of Tesla as the coin founder. That what basically what's going on is that everyone's like, buy Tesla, buy Tesla, well, pump my coin, pump my coin, pump my coin. And since he owns a bunch of Tesla, that's how he became the richest man in the world, right? I mean, he's selling cars and stuff, but if we're just going off the profitability of Tesla, it's bullshit. How did he become the richest man in the world? Through equity, through owning stocks. So in crypto terms, he pumped his shit coin to a bunch of money and stuff. Everyone loves his shit coin because it does really well. And then now he's the richest person in the world.
Yeah.
This is how all the people in the world are, other than the Saudi princes of oil and stuff. But that's how you get rich, is pumping your coin.
And
basically.
Elon is the face of it. Kind of like how Richard Hart's the face of Hex.
Of Hex, right? And then Vitalik Buterin's the face of. This is why I teach all the time, like the box, right?
Yeah.
And what's the first point of the box? Who's the founder or who's the team? Right? If they don't have a really good figurehead, then it's more focused on like how good's the team. But the people who buy crypto all the time, it's not an AI. It's people in crypto for now. Maybe in the future it goes more algorithm, but no matter what, there's always a person influence. Even in the equities market, you have the stuff going on with GameStop. That was just people. That wasn't like an algorithm like buy coin, buy GameStop. No, that was people on Reddit and like Wall Street Bets going like, yo, fuck them, fuck the Fed, or let's bankrupt Citadel, or let's bankrupt these motherfuckers, right? No, it's all about a figurehead, right? Because we're monkeys, bonobos, gorillas, that's what we are and stuff like that. So we like to have a leader. We like to know that like when we're sleeping, someone's watching the wheel, even if he's got one finger on the wheel, right? Since he's got one finger on the wheel, so having a charismatic leader is actually a huge bonus to a coin, right?
Okay.
Now, I may have said that was the most important point. It is probably like my favorite thing when there's a charismatic leader in a coin, but the actual most important thing ever in a coin is community. So there's I don't know if you go to the Pepe clock in the back, but that's the reason like I had the Pepe clock originally being, there we go. Yeah. L7 loser, baby. Yeah. That's an old joke right there. But like the reason, like I would say that's almost two important points is the leader in the community, because you have something like a Dogecoin where the founder of Dogecoin doesn't give a fuck about his coin anymore. Yeah.
What happened with that?
He just said it was just a joke and a meme. It's just a joke and a meme, and he's like, I didn't take it seriously, and I think it's stupid. I don't know why people are thinking this is really funny, but he seriously, like, it's Jackson Palmer and stuff like that. Like, he's just salty probably because he sold all his coins, and now it's like, bro, he'd be worth $1 billion plus if he didn't sell. Like, I would be salty too. I'd be like, man, I'm stupid.
You just act like you don't care about it.
Yeah, act like no, I didn't mean Doge is dumb. Doge is dumb and stuff like that.
Wait until that price drops, then dump it back in.
Yeah.
Come back in. Okay.
So that's what basically going on. So you have a coin like that where like the founder is even like a shithead, right? Maybe he's a good person, so I'm sorry, but you shouldn't be shitting on your coin like that,
Yeah, it's you. That's you.
It's your creation, but like, let's just say you have the coin right there, right? Like, so the founder's not backing the coin, but people love the thing so much. Even with just community, the coin will work. It's the same thing. So money, muscles, game, frame, founder or team, the community, product market fit, big investors. Those are the four. So you know how we were talking earlier? I mean, this is what I'm saying, like the red pill of finance, you see how it all mixes together? Like there's a lot of the same sort of things in finance and red pill and everything, and like, the sexual dynamics between men and women, and like religion. It's like there's like all these things that just mix together so well. And these four things, some coins are specialized in one thing, some are more average, and some are just like these special things. Like Bitcoin is like a special thing. It had like a holy deity father, right? Like Satoshi Nakamoto, right? That's the story.
Yeah, like he's like a ghost.
Yeah,
like he's like a legend.
Yeah, he's a legend. He like just disappeared and stuff like that. But he's like he cameth onto this world and gave us Bitcoin, and then he disappeared, never took profits. What a Chad. And then he gave us this thing to rebel against the banks, and that's basically the story of BTC. Then community, everyone knows Bitcoin, right? It's our gold. Like, so the community's like rock solid, even though like most maxis are shitheads. Let's be fucking for real, shitheads. Then you got product market fit. It created like this whole, like, some people say Bitcoin's kind of useless. It's just a store of value. But its product market fit's insane because it's trusted. It barely upgrades. It does a lot of cool things. But it basically created without Bitcoin we never would have had Ethereum.
Yeah. And
without that we wouldn't have had your favorite coins. So everything comes from it's like they created fire. So without Bitcoin, you didn't have nothing. And then big investors, I mean, all the money in the world's in it. I mean, like everyone's got a little Bitcoin, or everyone's like, because it's money. Money is an idea. So if I have like even me like I don't have much Bitcoin right now just because I'm mostly in Ethereum, some other coins and stuff. But even I know like should Bitcoin be worth what it's at? Yeah. Like I think you ask anyone in crypto like should BTC be where it's at? Everyone's like yeah, of course. Because everyone was like yeah, of course.
Yeah, everybody knows it.
Everyone knows it. Everyone should it be in first place? Yeah, it should. That's why it's there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you another question. So
yeah.
I want to know, truthfully, because I got guys that I'm trying to get them to kind of see the bigger picture. And honestly, I didn't see the bigger picture until very recently, until I looked into like the programming languages and stuff like that. Because I did do computer engineering, so I know programming. You know what I'm saying? I want to know how much time do we have left. So if I'm talking to somebody and I'm like, look, man, right now is the time. Like I'm trying to like now is the time, bro. Just look into it. Right. You know what I'm saying? I think right now, like when I see you and I see Charlie talk, it's almost like this is like Noah's Ark is being built right now. Right. And like the storm, everybody's like, hey, bro, like everybody gonna drown. Like if you don't if you don't understand what's going on right now, you're gonna drown. And like the townspeople are like, you know what? It hasn't rained in years. What are you talking about? Right. And then like Miguel's like, all right, man, anybody that wants to be on the ship and you know what I'm saying? Two of every animal, whatever. Yeah. But how much time do we have left before it's like, all right, man, the gates have closed and now crypto is like everything. It's like huge, you know, everything that we do now is blockchain and you know, how much time do we have left?
Let's see. I mean, okay, so obviously,
just estimating.
So me and Charlie are Moses right now, and we're letting everyone on the boat that's crypto mindset to save themselves. In terms of like basically in like you're talking about mad gains, basically in order to save yourself.
Because like you said, it's like the Wild West right now. It's like kind of the .com bubble when like everything is just you know building and building and building and building, and then eventually things are going to be settled, and it's going to be like, okay, this is boom, 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 and if you have any of these, or if you position yourself in such a way, then you have access to do this and move around, and your freedom. You know what I'm saying?
So basically, like right now, like they say that like 20% of the world's in crypto. That's a bunch of horse shit. Like maybe everyone's heard a little bit about crypto, but they're not really in it. Like right now, my best case like scenario in terms of how many people are in crypto, probably 2% of the population.
2% of the world.
2% of the world population is probably in crypto right now, and realistically, probably 0.25% are really in crypto.
Like
really in crypto. Like they know it. They know it. Like I'm in Ethereum, I'm in this coin, or like I mean, I got it enough Ethereum. They got it in cold storage. They have like control of it. Okay. Because like there's always going to be like a passive people. Like you like most of the population's like sheepled a little bit.
They kind of just crowd together, and then once the crowd starts running, everybody's like, and then like they take off. So like how long do you think?
Like how long do we have? Yeah. So just because someone in the chat because someone in the chat said 2% feels high. That's right. That was at the all-time high, possibly. Like. Right now, we're probably at 0.25% right now of like people because like users are down right now. Of course, the prices are down. I mean, but like the whole economic system's going. This crash was not just like a crypto crash. This was like a geopolitical crash that happened. That's why we're down. So this is the opportunity to get in right now. But in terms of like how many users before, like there's this whole thing. The massive growth, the big money happens between 0 to 20% of the population. That's where the big money's made. The 20 to 40, that's still a lot of money, but it's slower, right? Still good. 40 plus, you're already late to the game. You basically have to be like super skilled or lucky. It's sort of like so. It's like right now, I'm gonna attribute this to fame. Right now, it's easy to get famous in crypto in terms of like it's easy to get rich. Then 20 to 40, you work really hard at it. You work at it for 5 years. You're gonna get rich. You're gonna get famous. 40, that you have to be exceptional. You have to be. It's like you have to hit the lottery. Like you were like all-star in football, and then you went to that, and you got to the Raiders, or you signed to like some professional football, or you just got super lucky and just got blew up on clout fame or something. It's like you have to be super lucky, or you have to be a coin founder. Like it doesn't. It's going to be real. Just like right now, if you like become famous. That's how it's going to be once we hit like 40+% of the population in crypto. Yeah. Right now, it is easy to get famous. It's easy to get rich. It just takes a couple of years right now. So I would say this easy point, we've got about 8 years. Basically to the end of the decade.
8 years.
8 years.
That's not a lot.
It's not a lot, but that's why me and Charlie are out here like, crypto mindset. Oh, the Citadel, baby. Join up. Don't get wrecked and stuff. If you ain't crypto, you're poor. Like, we are not lying about that.
Really?
That is facts. Like, facts. Like, there is not one thing in my life I believe more than that. Like, if you're not in crypto in the next 8 years or so, man, me and Charlie are still going to do the courses into the 2030s to try to help people out and stuff like that, but it's going to be a longer slog. But there's still great money to be made, and the cool thing is with our network, this is what we're building, a gigantic network, because we're gonna be able to input people. So we'll have enough players and stuff in the Citadel and the crypto mindset courses that we're going to be able to actually create businesses and corporations with people of the entire Moon Gang, and then from there, we'll still be making money. Everyone else is gonna be poor plebs. Like, we'll still have the pieces to get people to the top of the Citadel, but most people will not, because they're starting at ground zero, don't know anything.
Yeah.
And then it's going to become this whole game where like right now we're in the sort of part of crypto where you can just do anything right now, and you can become like a rapper, make your own label, and get famous. In the future, you're going to need a record label.
Yeah.
And we haven't hit that record label yet. Like, me and Charlie got the record label right now.
Okay.
we're universal. We're universal right now. We're universal right now.
Trying to get signed.
We're trying to get signed and stuff. We're giving good deals. We're giving Young Money deals. We're giving 90-10 splits right now. That's what we're doing right now. But in the 2030s, the mid 2030s, if you're not part of the crypto mindset, or you're not part of some major team, it's basically like getting famous on Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that. It's going to be like that. But that's a long time, and it's a short. You obviously know how fast 10 years go. But
a decade can pass by like nothing, man.
Bro, but you're here now.
Yeah,
and that's how lucky you were here at damn near the bottom of the bear market. We still got a little. It's still going to go lower. But so just go to the beginning of the question. Like, what's the best opportunity to buy right now? From now to a year from now, the best. I mean, we're hit the lows.
Right.
That means you could just like shooting fish in a barrel. You could just buy anything right now. And you'll make some, as long as it's not complete shit, obviously, right? But like, you buy the major coins, you're gonna make money on them. Then a year after, then you have to get more precise. You're snipering. Where like you're concentrating your dollar cost averages. Yeah, you're calibrating. You're focusing on what specific coins to get in, and then from there it switches from like the old coins. You have to get into newer coins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now here's another question. I didn't write this one down, but I want to try and get people to understand like something when it comes to wealth.
Yeah.
Like, how does it feel to be like, to have that part of your mind like free? Like, you know, I asked you that at the CME this past year. It's like, how does it feel? Like you know what I'm saying? How does it feel to like just, you know, I remember one point you told me, it's like, yo, sometimes life feels like it's like a cartoon almost. Like I'm meeting and I'm doing all these things, like, you know, and I have access to like certain things. How does it feel like to be able to move the way you do?
It took me a while to like, the first place you ever notice when you start getting money is just like, you're not checking how much like your restaurant bill costs or something, or like you just go to the store. Like it took a long time. Like it's small things at first. It's like you start like it's like when you get out of high school, right? Like you're always thinking about the price about everything. Then you start making a little money, like in the military stuff. Then you start like, do you care about a price of like what a bag of chip costs, or like a soda? Like not, yeah. It starts getting like that a little bit.
Okay.
It starts getting like that. It just it slowly creeps up on you, where like it's not hurting you anymore. You know, and then, but that's if you keep growing your wealth and stuff. So there's the wealth side where like, but the only thing you have to watch out for is like what ends up sinking you, right? It's ladies, liquor, leverage, right? Yeah, that's the big three that'll wreck you, man. I mean, and that's some red pill stuff. Shout out to Rolo. But ladies, liquor, and leverage are what's going to just completely destroy you. But if you keep those things in check, the major things you have to look out for is just basically just, if you're going to buy a really, really nice car, so basically anything with a really high price tag, just watch out. It's gonna be like jewelry, houses, and cars, basically, because vacations ain't gonna bankrupt you really. Like traveling, like your traveling's not really gonna like wreck you and stuff. So it's more about now. It's like you once you hit a certain point, it's about what can your money becomes like. What can you do with that money? And it's like for me, right? It's like I can use my money to travel, so I can make connections, so I can do that. Like the money is energy, and then I'm using the money to like help me go out to places, bring people over here and stuff like that. It's like, I wanted to work out with you. So I was like, bro, come over here. Let's go. And you're here.
Yeah, that's how it is. Like you move and it's like an energy, you know what I'm saying? Like you gravitate towards people. You're able to like pull strings and like
Right.
be in rooms, you know what I'm saying, where you wouldn't be able to like have been in, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, and I think that's really, I think it's a very key thing to think about, especially for guys that are just starting, guys that haven't, you know, guys like me, you know what I'm saying? I'm fresh. Like, I'm gonna let y'all know, like, I am fresh. Like, I ask Miguel questions every day. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, yo, Miguel, like, how does it work, man? You know what I'm saying? But like, I promise you, it's coming to me though.
Yeah.
Like it every day, you know what I'm saying? You told me to look into Solidity, which
Yeah.
is a software that runs on Ethereum.
Yeah, it's the coding language. For
Yeah,
Solidity.
like I looked into it and I was like, it kind of just opened up another like neural pathway, and I'm like, oh, so this is how they're doing it, or like, oh, so this is what it means. You know what I'm saying? I have like a little brain blast, but yeah, I'm still new to this, so I'm working through it. You know, I'm learning. I'm in the crypto mindset as well. I am learning through this just like you guys. And a big thing for me is you got to feel excited.
Yeah.
Like you got to like, and that's the excitement in me. It's like, yo, like I wonder how that feels, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, like I want to feel that one day.
Yeah.
And so that's why I wanted you to like elaborate on it, because I want guys to get excited about it, you know?
All right. So okay. So okay, I haven't said this before, but I'll say it. Okay, just because. So I think I told you the first part of this, where like I said the first time. You know how you sometimes have something happen in your life that just like changes your life forever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember when I told you like when I was talking about my dad and everything like that, and my family and like how I grew up and stuff. And I pretty much was telling you that, like, you know, the first moment that I knew I wanted to be hella rich and have money and stuff was like when my dad was paying all his employees and stuff, you know, of course, Mexicans, all in cash. And my mom was there on the table. She was like doing all the hours and stuff like that. And my dad just had a stack of hundreds. I'm talking about like a stack of hundreds. And I was like, Dad, can I grab that? I was like, I must have been like 5 or 6 years old. I just remember that. I was still in our old house in Noche Buena back in the day. And like, I grabbed it and I was like, damn. Right there, I was indoctrinated right there.
I was like, I picture a little kid, little Miguel. He's like, like,
yeah, that wasn't all my dad's money. It was going to get paid out to workers, right?
Yeah,
and stuff like my
but
dad
just to hold it though.
Yeah, just to hold all that money. I was like, it was bigger than my head of hundreds. I was like, damn. And then this is I was talking Spanish and English at the time. Yeah. So, you know, in Spanish, it's called, you know, you have $1,000. It's called $1,000. But in English, $1 million. So it sounds just like So I misunderstood. And so I was like, how much money is that? I was like, my dad was like, it was like $30,000. So he's like, I was like, $30 million. Wow, we're rich. Holy crap.
Yeah.
So in my brain, I was like, I'm going to have $30 million. You know,
so your brain, like something clicked in your brain, man. Just like I was explaining before when it comes to fitness, but like that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's really cool that you had an experience like that, man. And like, I think the more I listen to, like when I hear you talk about like those experiences, like I kind of have that genesis happening to me where it's like, man, like I want to know what that is, you know? And now it's like, I just gotta like find, you know what I'm saying? I gotta find the answers. I gotta like, you know, pay attention to who's teaching me, you know, pay attention, listen to the instructor, you know what I'm saying? Like figure out ways to like, you know, play the game. Cause essentially once like you guys in the crypto mindset course, you and Charlie, you guys are teaching the game. You know what I'm saying? You guys are like up, down, left, right, up, down, left, right. You know what I'm saying? But GTA, y'all giving the cheat codes. You know what I'm saying? So it's like once I know confidently, once I learn how to play the game, bro,
right.
It's like I just want to do all kinds of stuff. I want to find the edges, you know what I'm saying, of like how far can I go? Like can I go this far? You know, can I go that far? Like, you know what I'm saying? How far can you this is something. So when we all right, so go back to, so I threw me and Charlie from Cultivate Crypto, right? We threw a huge like 3-story mansion party at here in Vegas. That was like the first crypto mindset meetup, right? We had a ton of people there. And one thing that I told people, like, we did the mansion party. That was like all night. And then the next day we did a giant pool party. That was like all day. Okay.
And then we did a big lunch. And then from there we did like a huge like club event. And we were like 50 deep in the VIP and stuff, like just throwing bottles, champagne everywhere, drinking. And then I said, the reason I did this for you guys, I wanted you guys to see the next level. Like obviously I'm like, you shouldn't be drinking and spending like money like a dummy. But what happens is like you hit it happens to everybody. You hit this certain new level of money. You're like, whoa, and then for a second, you see over at Olympus the next level, and then you go down a little bit, or like the market happens or whatever, right? But it's like that. Remembering that is like you saw, like you touched, you heaven, heaven for a second. Like, but there's always a higher level. But you touch it, and you're like, damn. And that's what I wanted to do for the guys, to show them. And I remember every guy was like, bro, I've never had so much fun. I've never done anything like that. That was crazy.
A lot of guys don't do that stuff, man. A lot of guys we stay trapped up in the house, or like you know what I'm saying? Like it's good to it's good that you. And like I seen the videos as well. Sadly, I wasn't able to make it. I was so. Oh no, I had my first bodybuilding.
Your body. Yeah, which you won first place.
I won first place. So you know what I'm saying. Hey, but I would have been there, if I didn't have that going on. But
that reminds me of something. But continue on.
No, go.
Yo, so I don't know if you're still doing it, but like because he won that bodybuilding show, he can sign up to the Mr. Olympia Amateur and go, because the Mr. Olympia is here in Vegas. In December, bro. Are you gonna do it?
So I was gonna wait to like announce that, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, since we're talking about it now, So right now, currently, I am qualified to enter into the Amateur Olympia. Yeah. So that would be my second bodybuilding show. You know what I'm saying? And so
that's wild.
So what's going through my mind? What's going through my mind right now when it comes to that is like, okay, so number one. Obviously my prep and everything like that, I've kept myself in pretty good conditioning, and I've already started, I'm actually in my detox phase right now. So I'm detoxing right now, and I'm, switching up my food, eating clean, increasing the portions. And then in a couple of weeks, I'm going to start to like just go bone dry and start, cutting down the calories. But aside from that, it's like, I know a lot of guys in the space already are going to be like, dude, like, you're not ready for that. Or like, dude, like, why would you go for like something like that? But like, to me personally, it's about chasing excellence, bro.
Right.
It's about chasing excellence. And I want to give myself that space and that focus to like just laser in on something just so excellent that like when I step on that stage, like nobody can say that I didn't, that's not me up there. Like that's not like, it's all me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what bodybuilding is to me. A lot of guys in the space and bodybuilding, that's their life. Yeah. That's okay. Like I'm not faulting them because that's what they want to do, and that's what but to me it's like how like can I be better than the person before? You know what I'm saying? Like can I be better than I was 2 months ago, last year, and like my last show, and that's all I want out of myself. So it's like the Olympia is the biggest thing that any bodybuilder could ever do, amateur, even amateur, So
I mean, I remember when you told me that for the first time. It was like, I think it was like after the workout. Yeah, you were like, I'm thinking about doing the Amateur Olympia. Wait, is this your second show? And you're like, wait. It's like, you're like, I just did one show and I jumped to the Olympia. I was like, wow, dude, that's amazing.
It's like, to me, it's like, first of all, like, I don't know who's going to be out there.
Right.
Like, it's a worldwide event, of course. Like, all of the best people are going to be out there. But truth be told, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know how people are going to show up. Bodybuilding, once I found out what goes on really in bodybuilding, somebody can have a bad day. Somebody can eat one too many burgers, loaded, or not enough rice cakes, and like they could just be off. Yeah. And another thing too, I got from another bodybuilder out in Atlanta. He had told me, he's like, look, well, one big piece of advice, he said, look, everybody got muscles, man. Everybody on that stage has muscles. Everybody on the stage looks good. It is about posing. It's about showing yourself off. So if you can show yourself off better than the guy next to you, then you win. Right. You know what I'm saying? So in certain cases, it comes down to things like that. So that's what motivates me to keep on working. It just motivates me. It's like, dude, like somebody else out there is working their ass off to get on that stage.
Right.
And I think about that person. Like I kind of make like this fake character in my head, and I'm like, I'm trying to beat the fuck. No, can I?
Oh,
I'm trying to beat the fuck out of that dude. so I go hard. Like I'm gonna just hit all these abs. I'm gonna do all this. Like I'm gonna do everything. Take all my supplements, and sometimes, you know, depending on what you're doing, if you have that, carry that mindset off to like whatever you're doing, it could be finances, it could be business, it could be whatever you're doing, you might end up being that guy.
Yeah.
That guy. Like you might work so hard that nobody else was prepared for you to step up. And by creating that fake character in your head to battle against, you then become that person that everybody's trying to go against.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
so and that's kind of what happened in my first bodybuilding show. So just a quick tangent. So there was another guy there. He looked great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But he was literally sleeping 5 minutes before we were going on stage. I'm like, how comfortable do you have to be? Like, whoever talked to you was like, you know, you're gonna win the show. Don't worry about it, man. You got it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like, bro, you got it in the bag.
You got it in the bag. Nobody's gonna be out there. You know what I'm saying? But little did they know, I was gonna show up.
Hidden Muscle was in the stage.
Hidden Muscle, Yasuke stepped on stage, bro, and I took it from him. And that's what happens in life too. If you sleep for a second, like it's a matter of seconds. We're in this digital world now. If you sleep too long, man, you miss it. You miss it, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. So that's the kind of mindset that I have when I go into things like this, bodybuilding, and I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna do everything that I have to do to become chase excellence. And that's when I want to show. And another thing too, I want to show people that they can do it.
Yeah.
I'm a regular guy. I mean, well, in terms of just like being a human.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like I started like.
But you have drive, which is irregular.
It's drive. Yeah. Like I say regular in terms of like I didn't have like some kind of magical like thing happen to me and it's like, whoa, wow. No, it's like, no, like this guy started somewhere and now he's here. Right. And he keeps going. And I just want to show people that like, look, you just gotta keep going, man.
Yeah.
Just gotta keep the train going, keep it moving and get better every day. So
one thing about the story like that just like hit me so hard was like you're chasing excellence, right? You're trying to put yourself in. So it's that whole thing of like, if you're around a bunch of people, it's the same thing why we talk about the Citadel, right? To have that mentality so you can grow into crypto and you can really get into the whole crypto space. The same sort of thing by putting yourself in that place. You're on that stage with everybody else. Not that many people have the balls to even do that, but even just that, you're around people that could be Olympia. They're at the Olympia, right? Yeah. But you're like these are like is the top two guys?
Top three guys.
The top three guys get into the Olympia.
Oh no, they get their pro card.
The IBP, the IFP.
Yeah,
they get their pro card, right? And then those guys have a chance to win another qualifying shows to get on the Olympia.
Yeah,
if I remember right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you're on that place where like there's guys there that are at the next level. And then being around that pushes you to put like, so this is something I got to, shout out to Jay Waller, shout out to Justin, man, which I consider a good friend and stuff. He told me the same thing. He was like, Miguel, come out to Miami, bro. He was like, come live with us, bro. Come live with us, man. We're gonna like we'll be eating good, but like, and I would basically was there in Miami for a couple of days with him and stuff like that. And it was like I literally caught myself just better routine, better everything, moving faster, and it's all about the people you put energy around you and stuff. So it's like you put yourself around people who are winning or like have got that mindset. Mm-hmm. You will literally, it's monkey see, monkey do, and you put yourself into this huge thing. So shout out to Justin Waller for the invite for sure.
I could imagine that talk because I sat down and I talked to Jay Waller too, and like I'm telling you, that guy like. I don't know what it is about him, but when he gives you like some like motivational like advice or he tells you something, bro, it's like, damn, like I gotta do it now, man. I got to, man. Like now it's like
shout out to the Louisiana banana, baby.
But yeah, I mean, you wanted to? I still got some more questions.
Yeah, please go ahead. Yeah, I would love to answer them.
So,
and thank you so much for the super chats, you guys. We're trying to figure out how to put them on the screen.
So, let me ask this question. So, how big will the gap in wealth be in terms of like once things have settled and like, you know, people have caught like the bear market, like I don't think people understand like the gravity of like how far things are going to be separated, because you know the prices of everything that we buy now is like so high.
Yeah,
bread, gas, everything that we purchase right now is so high, and like I can only imagine like people are crumbling in these times.
Yeah,
like, and we see it day and day and day, but. And then we also see people that were like ready or had the cash or had their investments and their assets. They're like up now because inflation going up, rent went up, you know, all these things went up. People are making money out here too. So like the gap is like widening. So like how big is it? Is the middle class going to get destroyed?
I mean, it's being destroyed forever and stuff. There always is like there's destruction of middle class, and then there's like higher middle class and everything like that. That's like so what's going on is like there's less and less people in the middle class, so that's getting destroyed. So we're heading towards a world where it's like the have-yachts and the have-nots.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a classic joke, right? Yeah. The have-yachts and the have-nots, right? But basically what's going on with crypto is with basically everything is going to get digitized in the crypto form. So you have the world's energy, wealth, and money funneling into one space over time. And there's so like all you got to do is create a bucket, buy some crypto, and then you have all this money trickling down into it because the money is going to be because it's going to get digitized. The money is forcefully being put into the crypto space over time. I mean, right now we're under $1 trillion market cap. At the peak, we're maybe $2-3 trillion. We're looking. I mean, minimum at the end of the decade, we're going to be $10 trillion, all of cryptocurrency, at least. And right now, I think if I check really quickly here, let me look. I think the Bitcoin dominance is probably like what? I'm gonna have to pull up another website here. Give me 1 second. Yeah, the Bitcoin dominance right now is so 38% of the market cap of Bitcoin of crypto is Bitcoin, and Ethereum 16%. So roughly, you've got somewhere close to about 40 to 50% of all the crypto market cap being just Bitcoin and Ethereum right now. We are exactly at $1 trillion market cap right now.
That's insane.
Exactly at $1 trillion. So what will happen over time is BTC is going to go from 38 to 20. Ethereum is probably going to be half of that, 10%, 15% in that range. So 75% of that market cap, $10 trillion. So $7.58 trillion is going to be other coins.
Other coins that are going to come up.
They're going to come up. So if you have some of these coins right here, you are going to just gain massive amounts of percentages versus each other. So like it takes it takes 8 to 10 years in the equities market to double your money. Like once Ethereum and Bitcoin bottom out in the next 6 months, every dollar you put in is going to triple easily. So you'll be able to buy Ethereum at like $600, $800. I mean, I bought it when it dipped down below $1,000.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, I bought it at $900. Some of my students bought it at $800. Son of bitches. But if you're paying attention, you catch these dips. But we bought it at $800. Shout out to Fresh and Fit. They also bought as well at those prices, $900, $1,000, and all that ranges. And it went up to $2,400. And now look, we're down back to $1,300. So where we bought, we're still not even below where we bought. We're still in profit on all those purchases. Well, when it drops again and we hit $600 on Ethereum, in a year or two, we're going to be at $3,000, like everyone being pissed off that the price isn't higher. But we bought it $600. You see what I mean? It's like we're up 5 times, 5.5 times on our money.
You guys are just chilling. You guys are like, all right.
Yeah, we're just waiting for it to come out because this isn't my first rodeo. This is going to be my third cycle. My third cycle in crypto and stuff. And I caught the 20 so 2017 was like the one where like Bitcoin, like this is where everyone really figured it out for the first time. Like, whoa, oh damn, this is real. Like Bitcoin hit $20,000, which is the price we're at right now. Mm-hmm. And then it crashed down to $3,300, $3,100. Ethereum hit $1,400 in 2017, crashed to $79. $79. So that's how much Ethereum smashed the Bitcoin.
That's crazy, man. Because like now with the mindset that I have now, it's like if I would have seen Ethereum at like $80, I'd just be like, yo, yeah, I'm gonna throw this whole check at this.
Your boy was buying Bitcoin and selling it for Ethereum like at the time. And shout out to all my Hex boys. But yeah, man, with seriously, I bought a ton of Ethereum in the 80s. In the $80 range, $90 range, $100 range, and stuff like that, and it went up to this. It went to $5,100. $5,100. Imagine you're buying and you want to know something else? So in 2017, so in 2016, 2015, Ethereum was worth 50 cents. It went from 50 cents to $1,400, right? Let's go even before that. There's a time and place where BTC was 50 cents. 50 cents, and it went to 20 G's in 2017. Think. Well, of course, that was a lot, 6 years plus and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, look at that. This is where buying and holding really does win and stuff. Like, there's traditional sort of strategies that come from equities that really do translate over to the crypto space. But some things don't, but some things do. And these, dollar cost averaging. This is what I call myself dollar cost crypto, because the way I made my original money was small, consistent little purchases over time. And then when I finish a big job, I put half of the money that I would get into crypto. The other half, make sure to pay my bills, pay my workers, and then keep a little money just for so I can go out, safety, and then be able to go out to eat at night or go to a movie or something, And it was consistently buying over time. It was not like I did not get rich overnight.
Yeah, it wasn't one big payout. It was like over time, and you had to feel the pumps, you had to feel the dumps as well.
Yeah.
So
correct.
So it's a long haul, but it's gonna pay off. You know what I'm saying? So. The best, right now with the way I think about crypto, there's no doubt in my mind. Like, I might even have like certain little tiny little things that will come up where I would find myself just sitting down thinking. I'd be like, man, but what if? But then like I'd have another thought and be like, no, but you know like how Ethereum's working. You know what Solidity is now. So it's like, I know what problems this is gonna solve.
Yes.
Like, for example. We had that issue with PayPal a couple months ago, and it's like, dude, like they can seize up money at any time. So it's like crypto solves all of that. Like crypto solves, like people don't understand. Like money, fundamentally, it has to be interwoven into our like society. Yeah. And once you free up the transfer of money and transactions, it solves so much problems that I haven't even thought about. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like problems that like big brain math people will have to solve at some point in time in their life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like crypto is going to solve a lot of things in the future, and it's not just money too. Yeah. It's just digital assets and everything beyond that. So like I have a tendency to try and see things like as far as I can. Right. I think about it as many ways as I can. I think that's because I actually went through my computer engineering background. Yeah. And like when it comes to programming, when you have to like program a code, write up code, you had to think about every way this code was going to break. Right. Before you turn it in, or if you turn it in, it didn't work. So now when I think about crypto and I think about other things, I try to think about as many different ways this can work. So that's why, like I said before, it's like, Miguel, once I figure out the game, like once I'm like, you give me the controller, it's like, okay, this is how you press A, this is how you press, I'm going to play the game.
I'm going to get you in this game. like there's no way you're spending this much time with me and you're not getting in the crypto space. Course, I would get pissed. I'd be like, no, get this. No. So, you want me to believe in you? You don't believe in me. Like seriously, like, but yeah, once you get in the crypto space, it's going to just change your life. I mean, even the Solidity thing I talked to you about, right? But like, because you have your coding background and stuff, you learn Solidity and you get just halfway decent in it. Like, it's so easy to get like $150,000 job minimum if you really want that, or start working for projects and stuff where you get paid in like coin equity and stuff, and or there's just so much money to be made right now, and like this is true in the engineering space and stuff. There's people who have like, shout out to Sam. I ain't gonna say that. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna say the last name, but shout out to Sam and stuff, like or other people that are engineers and stuff where they're working like 3 jobs, and people of course the other people don't know about it, but this is how some people are getting like $1 million+ salaries, or $500,000 working like $150,000 here, 80 G's here, another 200,000 here, and then working them, but making that cheddar and stuff. Shout out to my boy Mike Tyson, and stuff. Like he's like working all the, like what'll happen is when you get into crypto and you will literally work the hardest you've ever worked in your life, because you see the goal now. You're like, I know where to do it. I know where to put my money now. I know where to go, and I know what that's going to get me. And then eventually you can tone down the work a little bit, and then just because you can go unhealthy for a while, work crazy, and then take that extra capital and get multiples on it, and then from there be able to then decide, okay, where am I taking my life? Am I going this way? You can that's actually a huge thing that like happened to me too, where I had like this whole crisis where I knew what I had to do for a long time, but I couldn't do it because I had so many people relying on me. Like it took me a long time. Like basically for like 6 or 7 months, I just didn't have to do my business anymore. But I had a lot of people working at the time and stuff like that, and so I like had to transition that whole thing to like my family and stuff, and make the move as well as like be like I had to take my entire life on the road because like I was pretty much just like a guy who like lived like 20, 30 miles from where I was born, like my whole life. So it's like, and on top of that, this is one negative. The one negative sometimes of having like a blue collar business is you're stuck in an area. And I know as a trainer, I know you've thought that too as well.
Yeah.
But that's why like the online stuff is really well. And then shout out to Jay Waller, like he hit the next level with his business, which I didn't hit that part yet in my business, which was he hit the part where he was like, we're in the brand new G-Wagon, baby, in his G-Wagon. And, he's taking calls and he's like, closing on like these crazy, like, $500,000, $300,000 deals and stuff like that. And has a whole team of people. And then he's not even in the same state. He's taking calls and stuff. That's the next level where you're like international. You have people local. And then he's like sending out crews to different spots in the country and stuff. And that's the next level. And like me and Jay Waller have talked a lot about him, like possibly making like a book of like blue collar stuff and everything like that. So yeah, shout out to Jay Waller, man. That's my dog, bro. Dude, Justin's my dude.
I ain't gonna cap, man. Like once you sit down and actually talk to Jay Waller, like it I don't know, man. It's a different feel. I ain't gonna cap you. It sounds very weird to anybody listening, but like there's no way you cannot feel motivated around this guy.
Yeah.
Like it's like sitting in front of like I don't know. Like Arnold Schwarzenegger or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? If you were like sitting next to Arnold Schwarzenegger, like you're not going to leave that same seat the same person. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like that to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's bigger, as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think Justin Waller, like he has that presence to him. So
that's why I flew out to the CME and I wanted to put and you did too. Remember you?
I'm actually going to touch on that, but go ahead.
Yeah. So that's the reason I went to the CME because I wanted to meet Rollo in person. I wanted to meet all these people, and then that event changed my life as well. And shout out to Donovan Sharp. Like I was a speaker. I was a speaker at the event and stuff like that. I went way over my time in the morning.
You were super early though.
Yeah, I was super early in the morning. I think it was Sunday. I spoke at literally 8 in the morning, and like I went on like literally 30 minutes longer than I should have and stuff. But everyone was asking me questions like crazy because money's a huge issue.
It was big. It's big.
But I got to meet everybody from there, and then it put me like. I was already upgraded, and then I went to the next level, and then I saw the next level after that. So it's like I literally stepped my whole game up after meeting Jay Waller, after meeting Rollo, after meeting I've obviously been to the studio with Fresh and Fit and stuff. And shout out to Myron and Fresh and stuff. Those guys are just like workhorses. Those guys are just incredible guys, super smart, talented guys. And they also motivated me to go as well. Shout out to Big Mo. Shout out to Chris Poglinson. Like shout out to everybody out there at the team and stuff like that. And I just get to meet all these high level people, and it just pushes you to the next level. And then you see like what's the next level beyond. It's that whole thing of like you saw the summit, and then there's like, oh shit, there's another one.
Yeah, and just a caveat on that, on like me actually being at the CME. So I just wanted to like just give my little quick background on that. So actually, the reason why I actually went to the CME is my older brother Derek. He mentioned the CME to me, and he was like, dude, like. Rollo's going to be out there and like all these guys are going to be out there. We should go. And I was like, yeah, we should go. We're going to go. And then eventually, the same kind of mindset that everybody gets into, it's like they just don't do it, or like they just don't follow through, or like, I don't have the money for it and I need to do this, I need to do that. So we both were like kind of down and out about it. We're like, man, maybe we can't go. Maybe we'll go again some other year. And I'm like, dude, what if this never happens again?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, dude, you're right, dude. Like the way this shit is moving, like this thing might never happen again. Like the way people are getting canceled and like whatever. So it was like literally like there was 3 tickets left online.
Yeah, this is wild, dude. This is wild shit.
3 tickets. Listen, man, there's 3 tickets left online. I'm at work right now on my laptop typing away. I got nothing against my job that at the time, but it was not for me. And I was sitting in the office. I didn't like it. I was like, so pissed off. My brother sent me a message. He's like, dude, there's 3 tickets left. I hit the link and I'm like, should you do it, O'Neal? Should you do it? Like, and at that point in time, I just graduated school, whatever. I'm working my little job, and something in the back of my mind just said, just do it. Like, it was like something just like came to me. I was like, do it. Clicked it, whatever. Bought the Airbnb, and I just said, you know what, I'm going. You know what I'm saying? That's it. I'm going. So I drove. I was in Georgia at the time. I drove all the way down to Miami.
Yeah,
it was
with your brother, right?
like an 8-hour drive. No, I drove down on my own.
Okay.
And then I was there for a day, right? And because there were no more tickets after I bought them.
Yeah.
I bought one, and there was no more tickets left. And I personally, like the first day, I personally talked to Donovan. I was like, dude, Donovan, like, I'm so happy that I got to be here and listen to these guys, listen to you, and I just think that my brother Derek would really benefit from being out here. Like, you know, like could I bring him out here? Like, and Donovan was like, yeah, sure, bro, you can bring him. And I was like, dude,
Donovan's a G, bro. Shout out to Donovan.
I told my brothers, like, dude, hop in your car and get out here right now, because like whatever's the energy, like whatever's going on out here, you need to tap into it too. Like, I'm telling you, man, like you need to tap into it too. So he came out there. We met Rolo. We met you. We met at the cigar lounge.
Yep.
Donovan Sharp. All the other guys, MLD was great to talk to.
Shoo! Shout out to MLD, baby.
And then we actually got to go meet Myron and Fresh up in the studio, and it's like, dude, like, if you don't feel like motivated after doing something like that, after that point, I drove home and I was like, dude, my life has to change.
Yeah.
I was driving in my car. I was like, it has to change. Something needs to move. I need to keep moving my legs, man. Like,
you were surrounded by excellence.
Yeah. Too much excellence out there for me to like not tap into that and keep on going. So like, you know, I doubled down, went hard. I did my bodybuilding show, and now I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? So the sky's the limit, man. As long as you fixate on your goals, bro, the sky's the limit, and you got to bet on yourself. You know, none of this would have happened if I didn't click and buy that ticket. So it's like, it's crazy.
Yeah, and then that, like, I don't think people understand how crazy like the CME was actually for the red pill in the background, because there's a lot of like hatchets buried. There's a lot of things just old bullshit that was like put away and stuff, because like they had previously in the red pill had tried to make I gotta be really careful how I say this. All right, the red pill had tried to and make like a conference before in the past and stuff, and there was a bunch of drama behind it. And then Donovan made his conference, and there was drama behind it because the other conference didn't like it. Mm-hmm. And then eventually, like, a bunch of little drama happened within the red pill, and then Donovan just decided there's nothing going on for about a year and a half. And then Donovan said, "Hey, I'm gonna bring this back," and he got everybody to come. You know, we all came out and stuff like that, and then everyone just brotherhooded up again.
Oh, it was amazing.
And then from there, like, look what happened since then. Like, around that time, you had Fresh and Fit go even crazier. You had Jay Waller explode. You had like everybody that went to that event, like, snapped off. And then even at the, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuels went like turbo after that too as well. Like, everyone in the red pill. Then that was right before Tate blew up, and the whole red pill, because the whole red pill stopped fighting with each other, combined together.
It's like the last stone in the gauntlet.
Yeah, shout out to the Thanos.
The last stone in the gauntlet. It's like snapping the finger, man. That's how it was. That's how it felt, honestly, to be out there. It's just a positive thing to be around strong men, to be around strong men, just in whatever regard that they're in. They're strong in their mind, finances, and they've been through battles. And like, you had RP Thor out there that his story was like getting electrocuted, and I was like, dude, like
he's got an incredible season. He's such a good human being. Like, Red Pill Thor, shout out to Red Pill Thor, such a great guy. And Aaron Clary as well and stuff. I didn't get a chance to meet Aaron Clary. Mm-hmm. I've been wanting to meet Aaron Clary forever, bro. I was literally literally in the field. Like, I couldn't, like, no internet connection because I'm in the sticks. Yeah. Weed whacking with a bunch of dudes, listening to Bachelor Pad Economics on, like, on my iPhone, downloaded from like Audible or something like that. Like Aaron Clary is the dude for real.
Okay, it's funny too because I don't know who Aaron Clary was. I still don't really know who he is, but like they kept mentioning him.
Old man Cappy.
Yeah, they kept mentioning him, and I was like, like, who is this person? But okay, I'll probably find out who he is here soon.
He's basically like I would say he was. I don't know, like, him and Rolo are really like almost neck and neck in terms of like how long they've been in the space and stuff. Obviously, like, Rolo created the Bible of the red pill, and then really like justified what like the red pill was and what are the social dynamics between men and women. But like, Cappy had been in this space just as long as I think Rolo has on YouTube and stuff like that. And he really was this whole thing about like getting your he was like I think he was like the original part of the Red Pill Finance because he actually was I think he did actually have a degree in like and I think he was an economist if I remember correctly, and he really pushed minimalism, kind of like the whole red pill thing. But then he was like the guy who went into the minimalism, right? Like you don't need to have all this shit, and like lower your stuff down. And right now he owns his own property out there. He goes on hikes all the time. He's a very base guy, really cool guy. Him and MLD like bump heads all the time, But like Crappy's a great guy. So is MLD. And like, but the thing is like like the red pill is like Rolo always says this, and I will talk to Rolo about this on Thursday. But it's like, I teach you the stuff, but you've got to apply it to your life.
Yeah, it's
like,
tools.
It's tools. But I'm not telling you how to do your life. But just you're better off knowing it and then going you can choose to ignore certain parts of it, but you're better off knowing about it.
Yeah, like for me at least, it really blew up for me within the last like 2 years, and that's where I really started to understand. I read The Rational Male, and it's like once you see it, you can't unsee it. It's literally like looking into the abyss, and it's like you now know. It's like you not everybody has nobody has the answers, and I think that's where a lot of men get caught up, is they want the prescription. They want you to tell them to do this, do this thing, and you're going to win in the end, or you're gonna have what you want. You're gonna have the girls or the this and that, and it's like, dude, like, there's no one straight answer to this. You have to learn the game, learn how to play the game, and play it to the way your character plays it. You know what I'm saying? We're all different characters and archetypes and things like that. You got to play the game as best as you can. There's tools out there, and you know it's better to be suited with the proper tools, or even tools that can do better. You know what I'm saying? Like, just have the tools in your toolkit, so that when it's time to use them, you can apply them wherever you need to. So I think it's 100% necessary for men to read up on things like The Rational Male, things like, you know, Way of the Superior Man by David Data, you know, listening to podcasts such as yourself, and you have to know this, because you're blind. It's like you're blind almost. You know, I was really blind to this. Like, no joke. Blue pill, beta, matrix, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Now it's like, once I see the way things move now, it's like I can choose to live my life now. I can really choose where I want to go and how I want to do things. I don't have to, like, you know, be secluded to like one area, or like, you know, I don't have to be subjugated to do things like do beta things for women to get women and stuff like that. It's like none of that stuff is even, it doesn't even faze me now. I don't even think about it. Now it's just like, dude, it's all me. It's all me right now. It's like, I need to grow. I need to get better. I need to talk to him. I need to get with Miguel. I need to train him. I'm saying, like, I just need to get better. And I know it, and now I see it's like all that other stuff is going to come, man. All that other stuff. And the main thing that men get caught up with is girls. Yeah. You know, that's the main thing that they get caught up with. And honestly, when it comes to like girls, if you focus too much on that, like, you're going to miss the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? You're going to miss like what else is out there, and you're going to miss your full potential just dealing with, I just want girls. I just want sex. I just want to do this and be out here and be with those girls. And I'm telling you, like, none of those girls, like, and this is a message to like the average guy, whoever's listening to me, man. None, like, that urge that you have to like go and get girls, it's not gonna grow you in terms of like who you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, go out there and spit your game, get better at it, but when you fixate on that one thing, you just miss everything else, man. You miss it all, and you never really find your full true potential. You know what I'm saying?
There's someone in the chat that had a really great comment right here, Alex, who's like, this is why it's so crucial being careful with what you flood your mind with. Yeah. This is why I said, like, the citadel and putting yourself in a good place and stuff. Like, sometimes if there's nobody positive in your life, Go put positive things. Go on YouTube. Go listen to people that are positive or at where you want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then you put yourself in that mentality and stuff. Like it's like I would always, I don't know if I have it on me. I literally would always carry headphones with me. Because like just because you're doing some job that you like, or you're at some place in your life where you want to like get to the next level, or you're like, I don't know how I'm going to make the jump. I literally I was literally like a blue collar guy. How the hell did I transition into finance? Completely opposite fields and stuff like that, because I never gave up on my dream, and I just kept flooding my mind with information of just like the Fed, this crypto knowledge and stuff. And it's just you if you really want to get there, you can get there. But it's just you have to I remember I used to work out like crazy and guess what I would be listening to? I'd be listening to Chris Jones. I'd be listening to all the guys, Shut Up Physiques of Greatness, POG baby. But I'd be listening to all these fitness YouTubers and stuff, and magically, look, I started going to the gym a lot. Like I started listening to a bunch of crypto stuff, reading articles, and look at that. I magically went on to crypto. It's wherever, and sometimes it's people are like, how can I get started in something? Go flood your mind, flood it with that what you want to do, and then
it just comes.
You would go towards it.
Yeah. Yep. And that's just a part of life. That's just how life works. It's how our psyche works, our minds work. You gotta feed it. Like I sometimes I tell some of my guys that I work with, I tell them our minds are kind of like, you got to look at your mind kind of like a little baby or like an egg or something like that that you're trying to like nurse, because you like your subconscious or your mind, because your subconscious is always going to put out what you put into it, even little images and stuff like that.
Right.
Like you will see things and later on you'll be making decisions about like what to eat and like where to go later on, but just because you saw it and you flashed it in your mind. So if you fill your mind with positive images, positive quotes, positive people talking, you're gonna become a more positive person. You're going to grow. Like what I did with my Instagram, I realized, I was like, dude, I'm on this Instagram all day.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you know what, instead of like all this crap that I like look at on Instagram, I, you know what I'm saying, changed up my algorithm. Like, I don't want to see this, don't want to see this, don't want to see this. And I literally just like typed in every single motivational page, and I just followed every single motivational page, every single like fitness, motivation, finance. And now like every time I'm scrolling, I can't go a couple seconds without seeing something that captures my attention.
Like a quote or something.
A quote, and it's like telling me like, you got to go harder. Or like somebody's like in the camera just saying like something motivational. And it like makes me, you know what I'm saying? It sparks my mind to like go out there and pursue more, put the phone down and go off and do something else. And that's what helps. That's what really helped me. It's like reprogramming yourself.
Yeah. Damn, son, that was bars.
Yeah.
Yo,
really.
Travis, hit it, bro. Shoo! Woo! That was bars, bro. Sheesh. That was the first one right there, man. Had to pop the champagne bottle on the side of the fucking ship right there.
Hell yeah, man. So we all good?
Yeah, man. But yeah, we're all good. But did you have any more questions on the crypto side and stuff?
So I mean, I do have questions. I don't know how much time we have left to expound.
Oh no, we have some time. We got 30 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So another question I have when it comes to crypto, man. So I got a lot of guys, like honestly, I have a lot of friends that don't live in the US, to be honest. Like, we on WhatsApp, we chat on WhatsApp and things like that. I got a lot of friends in Africa. I got a lot of friends in Europe, Asia. What does crypto mean for people that are living in third world countries? That their currency, their governmental currencies aren't doing well, and like they face all kinds of inflation, and they're just being crippled. What does crypto mean to them? For them?
It's an escape of poverty and like financial freedom. It's a much easier sell to get someone in the third world or the developing nation into crypto than it is for someone in the first world. Now, obviously, everyone wants to get rich. Let's be for real. Everyone wants to make that cheddar, baby. Everyone wants to get the Lambo, but it's the sort of thing where their currency is basically a shit coin. And so basically what's going on is like, so
Okay.
everything in the crypto space is so basically, all right, now most people don't look at it this way, but it's a good way to look at it. And I believe that this is actually a foreign policy of the United States government. That's just that they're not talking about, but so the United States government could have gone after crypto a long time ago. I mean, really gone after crypto. I mean, really like destroyed it, but they didn't. And they're barely going to impose like maybe some regulation into crypto, maybe at the middle of next year. We have I think, what was it? November 3rd or 2nd, you're going to have the midterms. So you're going to have the Republicans and Democrats fighting for each other over the House of Representatives and the Senate. Once that's all shaken out, then there's going to be some legislation happening on mostly stable coins and a little bit on crypto. And that's basically what's going to happen. They're barely doing that right now in 2023. Right? 2023.
Okay.
Crypto's existence since 2009. So quite a long time, right? So they could have, if they really wanted to get rid of crypto, they could have. But here's what happens is, because it's a way for people to escape their local government's like bureaucracy or just like red tape. You can't be doing this with your money. By getting into crypto, they can escape, right? Well, what's going on? The entire crypto market's denominated in dollars. So effectively, this is a way for the United States government to actually rug small countries. Now, none of us think that, right? But all the stable coins are in dollars. It's just Tether. It's Tether and USDC. I mean, like I can look at Tether right now. Like literally, the market, like there is currently $68 billion of Tether and $46 billion of USDC and some other stable coins as well. So we're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars of just dollars. Mm-hmm. Just like people just holding it, just waiting for the bottom and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But so what happens is the minute you get into Bitcoin, the world price is in dollars. So by people leaving their shitty currency, so what happens is as cryptocurrency gets larger and larger and larger, the people are dumping these shit coins they call like local currencies coming into Ethereum or Bitcoin, and now they're in dollars basically. And then if they go into Ethereum, they sell it to USDC. Guess what they have now? It's the easiest way to get access to dollars. So in most countries, it's really tough to get dollars. Even though dollars is a shit coin, it's like it is the world reserve currency, and it is the one world currency. Like I mean, if everyone's like, one day there's gonna be a one world currency, like it already exists. It's a dollar.
Yeah,
it's the dollar.
World reserve currency.
85% of all transactions done internationally are denominated in dollars. 85% of debt worldwide between corporations and nation states and everything like that, or I would say like war leaders or war chiefs and stuff. It's all dollars. So it's already the one world currency. So what happens is as people get into when they get into crypto, right, their lives are already better off because they get into Ethereum and they can they can buy Ethereum and Bitcoin, sell it for USDC, and now they have access to dollars. So at the very least, the US dollar is like I think the second best performing best performing currency this year, other than maybe like the Russian ruble. Because now people are taking ruble and because they're forcing people to buy with the ruble now. But regardless or not, every other currency around the world, the other major currencies, like the pound is literally down like
it dropped.
It dropped bad, dude.
Yo,
like
crazy,
last
man.
Monday, it went down 4% versus the dollar. Damn. The euro used to be $2.50. $2. It used to be $2 for a euro. It's at damn near $1. It's out of the dollar. I think like 2 weeks ago it went below $1. It was like 98 cents.
That was crazy. It was funny. That's crazy that it happened because I was in Portugal. Oh,
I know what you're doing in Portugal.
Yeah, I was in Portugal at the time, and I was like, because you always had this thought like, oh man, like the euro is better than the dollar, so like I'm gonna be spending more dollars. And then when I actually checked it, I was like, wait, hold up, the euro is the same.
Yeah,
I was like, oh shit. So that's pretty cool.
Shout out to Charlie, man. Like, whew, I don't want to blow up the spot, but man, right now Charlie's like, bro, man, I'm killing it over here in Japan right now because the conversion rate's insane. You make dollars right now. You can go to damn near any major place around the world, and you are killing it. Like it's so much cheaper. But right now, this is probably one of the best times in the world to be traveling internationally.
Yeah,
because your dollar just goes way farther. Now everyone knows that the dollar's getting shittier, right? But it's literally depreciating. Like you imagine this: the dollar we got a 16% inflation rate. That's what I really believe it is. 16% a year we're losing value of the dollar. Every other currency has lost like 60 to 30% versus if our currency is going down 16% a year, everyone else is twice to 3 times as worse. I mean, Turkey right now is saying that they have 80% or 60% inflation, but like realistically, it's like 130%. And then they're lowering the rates and printing money. in like Turkey and like it's just like mind-boggling sort of stuff going around the world right now.
But since other people, third world people in third world countries now potentially have access to the dollar, the world reserve currency.
Yeah.
Does that mean now that like there's gonna be what I'm thinking about in my head is competition. So like now everybody's gonna be kind of like in like this realm, in this ring now. Like once people in third world countries, hopefully, you know, people in third world countries start to really, you know, start to see crypto and start to, you know, smarten up, because that's something that could really save them. You know, it sucks to like have friends in third world countries and then like you see them and it's like, damn, like if they just had my dollar, they would like their lives would be way better. You know what I'm saying?
Way better.
So but now the way I see it is like once in mass, you know, people start to, you know, get into crypto and they have access to the US dollar or whatever the world reserve currency is.
Yeah.
Now that's just more people on this stage now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like to me it's like now like there's like more competition almost or
I mean, in terms of like competition for the dollars,
not competition for the dollars, but like now that everybody's exchanging with the dollar or have access to it, and you know through crypto and whatnot, it's just there's more players to me. You know what I'm saying?
On the international scale, right?
Yeah, there's more players now.
But money is not a zero-sum game.
Okay.
So yes, there is more competition. So you do have to shine a little more to really be like at the top echelons.
Yeah.
But money is not a zero-sum game, right? So remember what I showed you, like how to it's not, money's not a zero-sum game. It is if more people make more houses, people get better at making houses, then houses get cheaper. Right. Obviously, there could be like, you know, governments could be trying to make the housing go explode and if they monetize stuff. So there can be fuck shit going on with the market. But if you leave a market alone and you allow the freedom of money, this is what's crypto so important. If everyone had crypto and everyone was transacting or at least had the ability to like move their money across borders and just there was no remittances, there wasn't this whole bullshit with like Western Union like jacking you 30% to send to your family and stuff. We were getting charged I think like 10 to 20% just to send to Mexico back in the day. Now it's pretty cheap and now it's like it's become like. The cost is probably 3-5% really now. But for people like I know tons of guys like shout out to my boy Kareem the Dream baby. Hey. But I got a lot of friends who are from Africa as well, and they're sending money to their home country, and they were getting gouged, man. Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, like I actually had to send some money to my guy out in Africa, and
right. Yeah.
He told me pretty much we're not even holding his money in his in Ghana it's called cedis.
Yeah.
We're not even holding his money in cedis just because it varies. So I could send him. Yeah, it's like a shitcoin. Like I could send him $200, and like by the time he gets it, and it's like it's not even worth that much anymore. It's bouncing around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then here's the thing too. What happens? And this is where like the government's then because they don't have a supply of dollars coming in. So because I mean now this is the problem why everyone like gets really mad about the dollar being the world reserve currency of the world is that like we have a special position where we can print all the dollars we need, so we never can go broke. So we can always print money, and I know it's a bunch of bullshit, but like if the United States government, if the United States government, let's just say as an example, like Social Security needed to get paid and it was underfunded, the United States could literally U.S. bonds will never default because the United States could also go.
Yeah.
And print so it's like the U.S. government basically can't default. It can if it wanted to, but they can just print them. They're going to print their way out of it. And most other governments can't do that unless they're doing it in their local, unless their debt that they owed money to their tax people and stuff, or their people is denominated in a currency they can print. But if debt's denominated in another currency, this is where you get into huge trouble. And what did I say earlier? 85% of all international trade, debts and everything, is made in dollars. So because the Federal Reserve is increasing the Federal's fund rate so much, it's making it harder and harder to lend money. So dollars are going like this. So everyone's printing their local currency or selling their products for much cheaper at a loss in order to get dollars. That it's making dollars extremely scarce because everyone's holding onto their dollars right now. As well as and what's also going right now, the prices of assets that we could buy right now are also crashing. So everyone's holding. So right now there's actually kind of this sounds kind of crazy to say this, but in an international sense, there's actually a dollar scarcity going on right now. Dollars are in so damn demand because like right now, most people are holding most of their money in USDC in the crypto space, or holding it in cash in the bank. Or I mean, that's what's really going on. Or they have the crypto, they didn't sell it, but they're storing up all their cash right here, ready to launch it at the bottom and stuff like that. That money should be in the crypto space ready. But everyone's like waiting for the bottom, right? Same thing on the international, all these equity players, bond players, got the cash in the bank. Or have it in US or like short-term US treasuries. Like they got to like this. And because of that, you have to super incentivize them to like, all right, I'll take a little. It's fine here. And so when if the real rate right now is like 4%, right, for the Federal Reserve, then you got to give me 7%. Like right now, like I had somebody on my previous stream said like they're trying to get a house right now and they got killer credit. They're damn near at 7% interest rate on the house with like killer credit. So think about that. That means if you're lending to like a third world country, you're lending to like a corporation and stuff like that, you're lending to something higher risk, they're 11%, 15% on. And that's when someone is like, all right, I'll break off a little bit. Damn. And then the Federal Reserve is going to increase the federal fund rate by 150 basis points, 1.5% rate. So we're going to be basically at like 5.5% in like less than 6 months. No, not even 6 months. I would say like 4 months. We're going to be at 5.5%. So that means that guy who has like the really killer credit and stuff like that, that means his thing is going to be like 8.5%, 9% for that house. Damn, son.
Even with good credit.
I mean, we're talking like high 700s, maybe 800s and stuff. Like you're getting, because it's like whatever. Like if maybe you've got the best credit in the world, right? Let's just say it's 5.5%. They're going to charge you 6. They got to make a little vig. They got to make a little vig on you.
Make something on you.
They got to make something on you. Like when the interest rates were damn near zero, if you had the best credit in the world, you were getting loans for 2.88%. If you had really good credit, you were getting somewhere in the low 3s to mid 3s. Now we're up to 6 to 7. The new increase is 9%. Shit.
That's crazy. Like, it's getting tough, man. It's getting tough, and honestly, like what you said, like it's actually really good right now to travel, be in another country, because that dollar's gonna go far. That dollar's gonna go far, man. That's like honestly, probably a good idea to like decrease your spending. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're in another country, you don't have to worry about so much.
So people are moving to other countries just to lower their whole cost basis and stuff.
Cost basis.
Yeah, just so everything becomes cheaper and stuff to use and stuff. But it just really depends what you want to do. But the same thing too, like, so remember, like, you know that whole thing I've talked about, like, I've always talked to you about like demographics and stuff, like the birth rate and all this other stuff, where people move and stuff. Well, because you're also saying that, like, I'm saying that, I should probably lower my cost basis right now and like not spend so much. When everybody does that at the same time, what happens to the economy? And then what exasperates the problem is no one's spending. Like the whole world is a consumer-based economy for the most part. Now there is countries that just produce products, but roughly, like the economy grows off of like buying and selling consumption, right? And we're heading to a world where we're deglobalizing. We're less consumption. We're deglobalizing, and then and here's what's going on. And if you really want to know why like everything's fucked up the way it is, boomers. Straight up, no.
Blame it on the boomers.
It's not even blaming the boomers. It is their fault. 100%, 1,000%.
Babies.
1,000%. Like we're the only. All right, the United States. If you look at the data, we're basically the only developed nation in the world that actually made millennials. Okay. So we're slightly larger, maybe 5% larger than the baby boomers. So we like basically a couple people actually had an extra kid, but basically we replace. So when all the baby boomers died, we'll have the same amount of baby boomers. We'll be the new baby boomers, right? Because of that, that's why the United States economy hasn't collapsed completely, and that's why we're stabling off. Most developed nations around, especially in Europe and stuff, even Russia, I mean, everywhere, China, they did not make enough millennials. Period. The reason the whole economy, why everything's going to shit right now, not like, remember what first thing I ever told you about money? The first thing I ever told you about crypto, everything is a fucking Ponzi.
Yeah.
Everything is a Ponzi.
Yeah.
Period.
Like, once you explained that to me, like it just had like I had just like a flash of like a spark of like thought, and I was like, damn, like he is right. Like there's not enough of us to keep this going. You know what I'm saying? So like I get what you mean when you say that.
They want less people around the world, so it's easier to control. Technology, like roughly, like even if it's every 3 years, every 2 years, computer chips get twice as better, right? Okay. But like let's just say it gets longer. It takes 3 years. That's really, really fast development in terms of technology. So they want, like, people around the world, they want less people around the world because it's easier to control, and technology gets better, and it's easier for them to
but
control
that's
the
going to
masses.
hurt the economy for this.
Yeah.
Well, the way our economy works now, if we shrink down, because having kids adds to the consumption. You have kids in your life, you're going to have to consume more resources. So like now, especially in our generation as millennials, we're definitely not having them kids. A lot,
Sir, I am trying to have 9, sir.
People are having kids, but like people are having kids into their older age. Like my parents had me. My dad had me and my brothers by the time he was like 23. He had all 3 of us already. My wife, the house, and everything. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? I'm sitting 27 years old, you know what I'm saying? And my parents are telling me like, yo, where's the babies at? And I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom.
My mom too, man. My mom too. I love my mom and dad, but they're like,
right now is not the time.
They're like, when baby? Like it's like when pulse chain. No, when baby.
Yeah, like I told my mom, my parents, is like, yo, like right now is just not the time, bro, because it's like it's consumption. Everything needs to shrink now. Like the things don't cost the same. Like things didn't cost the same when you were doing it. Right. I'm trying to explain it. I had to explain this to my dad, bro. That was crazy too. Like I had to explain to him. It's like, all right, well, when inflation rate goes up, the Federal Reserve needs to increase the interest rates, and like that's gonna cause less people to like lend money. And now when less money is circulating, this is what's gonna happen. I explained the whole thing to him, and he's like, oh shit, like. My son's he actually knows what this is. I was saying, like, oh, damn. So.
Yeah. But at some point, we're just going to have to bite the bullet and just have them. I mean,
like, I definitely need to have some kids, but.
You know what I've been thinking? Like, this is terrible. Like, all right, so I think Morgan Stanley came out with this, or this may have been Bank of America. I think it was Morgan Stanley. They basically did a report basically saying that, like, where a lot of people, where, like, you should be investing your money in is in cat food and all these other sort of things that, like, single
people, man.
All right. Men are always going to try to make money, regardless. But there's going to be this whole thing where there's actually going to be a ton of women that actually don't have kids. And what happens, I mean, like, this is just a red pill truth. It's like, well, if they don't have kids and then, they're not looking as good anymore, guys aren't going to pay attention to them, and it's a rough life. Like, I don't know. It's going to be a rough life. I'm sorry, man. You should be having children. Like, you should be having children, and at least one kid. And this is also a sadness for a guy, even though a guy could be productive and just be like. Now, everyone can choose their own adventure in their life. You don't have to have kids, right? But even Richard Hart, who I've talked to multiple times, he's like, yeah, I want to have some kids at some point. Because like, how do you pass on your legacy? It's like, that's the ultimate legacy, and it's the ultimate thing in your life. Because it's not the classic like, for most people, you want to have a couple kids because they're going to take care of you.
Yeah, it's a hedge against the future.
Yeah, it's like most people why, because I at one point, I never went to college, but I was I was trying to work at like Fidelity and stuff like that and everything like that. And for the most part, most people, if you actually watch like Bigger Pockets or like Financial Education Channel, or just like a bunch of these other like old podcasts and stuff from back in the day, you would pretty much see that most people do not have the money to retire off their 401ks or anything like that. The typical person who was able to retire from the retirement portfolio was people who had investment properties, were the ones who were able to bridge the gap. So imagine you had a threeplex that's paid off, and you have your other property. You now have you have your house paid for, and you have this thing kicking off a couple, maybe $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and then you have Social Security, and then you got a little bit of that person could retire and can make it, right? Or at the worst case, they just when they're running out of money, they sell off the property, they get a couple $1 million, and then they just live off the rest of their life.
Coast out the rest of their life
off of that and stuff. Those are the people that can retire, right? Most people, if they're just doing off of equities, you can, but you have to get so much more. The thing is having something that's mailbox money paying you and stuff. And there's this really funny joke from Casually Explained where he says my great grandparents had 7, my parents had 3, and then I'm gonna end it and then have 0, or and I'm just gonna be done with it, right? But at some point, I was actually thinking about this even last night and stuff, which I should let you know how much crazy shit I've been thinking about. But I was thinking yo. If so many women in the millennial generation are going to spoil and not have kids, what's going to happen is the millennial generation, the successful ones, we're going to basically jack the younger generations of girls to have kids. If you think about it, we're gonna cuck out the next generation because it's like our girls are not gonna be able to like half of them are not gonna be able to have kids, are not gonna have kids and stuff. So,
like the girls that were my age that don't have kids, I'm not coming for them. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not coming for them. When it's time for them babies, you know, you gotta plant your seeds in fertile soil. You know what I'm saying? So that is a harsh reality. And the thing about it is, man, we live in a society where everything's given to us so readily that there's no sense of urgency. So when things happen and things kick off, it's gonna be like I think it's gonna be real like chaos. I think it's gonna be very chaotic. Unless AI or something comes around and just replaces everything, and now people just don't have to work and like we're free. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Something crazy happens and it just changes the game. Right. But like if the game that's being played now is gonna keep getting played for like the next 30 years. Right. The people that, you know, a lot of the women that are my age, you know what I'm saying, if they don't have family or they don't have kids or they don't have like certain hedges against the future, there's nothing else out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm telling you, like if my grandma, she's 80, I believe she's 85.
Shout out to your grandma.
Yeah,
man.
bro. Like my grandma, she's a tank, man. Like she's out. I think she's gonna outlive me too. Shoot, I don't know. I don't know, grandma. You might outlive me. But, you know, she lives with my uncle. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, and we all take care of her. You know, my mom takes her to the hospital.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, that is something that pisses me off about everything. This is the one negative thing I don't like about the investment industry is like, there is this whole thing you're not supposed to rely on people, which I get. You know, you want to create yourself where you're your own paramount. You're like, but at the end of it, like, dude, when you get old, you just get old, man. It's just like you're just gonna move less, man. It is what it is. There's nothing wrong with like obviously you should never put this burden on I find this really fucked up when you have one kid and you're putting your whole your one child's got to support you. But this is the power of having like 4 or 5 kids is like you all can help. You know.
So my grandma, she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 children. 5 children.
Beautiful.
So you know, she got 5 houses. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? She has 5 houses. You know what I'm saying? Like at any point in time, there's no way.
Look at me, your real estate's mine now.
Basically, you know what I'm saying? There's no way, you know, she's always gonna have a bed at somebody's house. Yeah. So at the end of the day, my grandma, like the way she said it, I mean, that's just the way it was then. You know what I'm saying? You had multiple kids, but you know, she's taken care of at every corner. And so without that safety net, who would be taking care of my grandma? If she didn't have any kids, the state. So without that safety net, she wouldn't be taken care of. And so that's the reality for a lot of women as they grow older. Like you know, guys, we could work till we die. You know, like we could work. My grandfather, he worked right up until he passed. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's always like
my grandpa just stopped working recently.
Really? How old is he?
He's mid-80s.
Damn.
But it was we had to force him. I mean, damn near crack the whip to stop him just because he was messing up a little bit. You know? Yeah, but you know what happens. Yeah. But damn, dude. I mean, I know that was like a heavy road to go down right now on the thing, but it's super. It's
real. It's red pill.
You don't have these conversations. You have to have them. Like I remember, like the reason. All right, of course, you know the whole money thing. Like as a kid, I was like, wow, look at all this money. I can just buy all this stuff, right? But like, I remember, like, I mean, I try to have. This is crazy, Miguel, right here. But like, I try to have a family of 20.
You did.
I did. Just didn't work out. Didn't you know? Just is what it is, right? But I was completely down since 20 years old. Like I think if it had happened, I'd have about what 10-year-old son? No, 10 or 11-year-old son or daughter. Kids. Or like what was the classic thing? Is well, you having a son or abortion? No, I'll joke. I'm just joking around. But like it's I'd have like a 10-year-old right now and stuff like that. And you know what? I'd be fine. Right. I wouldn't even be mad about it. Like I'd be like, yep, yeah. Like but you have to have that mentality. But that's one of the reasons I wanted to get money is like you want to live a better life, and you want to live a better life, and you want to be as. Mm-hmm. But you you gotta want to have those kids because if you don't, you're gonna like as a guy like we could shit. How old is my grandpa? Like, I think it was 50s on the last kid or something like that, or something like you could have kids in your
Yeah,
60s.
yeah, you could have kids at any time too. So
Yeah.
it is important, and that just goes in, and that just circles into like wealth, the economy, and consumption. Humans need to be spawned in order to carry this story on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they have to. Like there's no other way. So when you have issues where I don't know if you wanted to like can I bring up the whole like abortion crisis and things like that?
Yeah, go dude.
So when we have issues like this whole idea that like let everybody. What's happening when it comes to the abortion thing, and I'm gonna just caveat on this real quick, is when you look at things on a macro level, you don't even. Everybody goes into like every little individual person. But like this happened to this girl, and this happened to that girl, and this, and like we understand some people do not have fortunate circumstances.
Yes.
So therefore, they are led to have an abortion. Fine, but when you zoom out and you look at the entire population, or let's just say United States, 500,000 babies are being aborted a year.
Yeah.
That's a lot of people. That's people.
That's
people. How much people died from COVID?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like a disease just killing off. That's a disease. I'm just saying, like, you know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
How much people died from like this worldwide thing? But that's like a disease killing off like 500,000 people a year.
Yeah. And there's tons of and that's not even talking about all the Plan B pills.
Yeah.
And on top of that, now contraceptives, that's the condoms and stuff. Okay,
I mean,
that's
Plan
fine.
B, like,
but people are taking those pills.
Yeah,
people are taking those pills, bro.
they take them, and they take them. But like, I'm talking about just hard.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Delete this baby. So it's like, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and people will fight. My body, my choice, and like, yeah, it's your choice. But at a macro level, it can really mess up a lot.
Right.
And I see the bigger picture now.
Right. I thought about it on both sides. I've wondered why like the Supreme Court has did this. I wouldn't be surprised if the Supreme Court's talking to some economists and stuff, and then like now, okay, this conspiratorial here, so please don't kill the messenger here or something like that.
Yeah.
But like if I really were to think about it, like probably like this is so messed up. So I believe like you should be caveats, rapes, this and that, young people,
of course,
all those caveats. But then it's so hard to talk about. But basically, by them doing that and making it harder to get an abortion, the overall Ponzi number for the United States government in terms of just like having more people born in the United States, it's actually a net positive for the economy.
Really?
Yeah. Well, yeah, more people being born.
Okay.
More people being born, regardless or not. Like the thing is you have more people, you have more dumbasses, and you have more geniuses. Mm-hmm. So imagine if I could fix a U.S. economy right now. If every couple in the United States had 3 kids minimum, booming. Metro booming. I am talking about the economy would just go like that. More kindergarten. So it would start off like this. Like literally the whole baby boomer. If you actually study the baby boomers, basically what happened is World War II happened. Everyone got like, yo, that was bad. A lot of people died around the world. And this happened. It was so bad because all the countries and all the major developed nations, even in Africa, everyone was like, yo, that was terrible. And then everyone was like, yo, I appreciate life a lot more. Everyone just came home, had a bunch of kids. What happened after that? Like some of the biggest corporations worlds got created and stuff. Like literally like preschools you needed like, I mean, everything. It's like preschool, grocery stores. Like, you need more police officers, more teachers. You need, insurance companies and stuff for the babies and stuff like that. Hospitals and stuff. Yeah. I mean, like it's crazy. Like right now, like the elementary school that I went to school when I was a kid and stuff just shut down because there's not enough kids. So they literally shut down 3 elementary schools in my local area down. There's like 1 elementary school now. Damn. But that's what I'm saying is like then when you have all these when you have this expansion, when all these people are being born, you have more businesses, you need more grocery stores, you need more this, you need more that. This creates jobs. Well, when all these, like, wow, look at all this demand. The bank goes, here's money. That spends that money, that creates jobs. The economy starts going like this.
Yeah.
Straight up. And I know it's like, well, that's not sustainable. It is. This whole bullshit about like overpopulation. It's like, bro, we can fit everybody in the entire planet in probably the smallest state that we have in the United States. Like seriously, you can fit all 7 billion people.
Yeah, there's a lot of land out
There's
here.
a lot of land. Dude, most of the United States is.
Yeah, it's open land. I drove out here. There's a
Yeah,
lot there's a lot of open land out here that's just sitting there. So it's like, hey, yeah, we just gotta really adapt. We gotta adapt to the situation, man. We gotta adapt to it, and you know, this just goes into wealth. You know what I'm saying? It all circles around, and it contributes to the economy. We need more human beings alive and just living their life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This guy is gonna get born and potentially own a business, and that business is going to feed his community, or like that business is going to thrive and do this, or like this guy's gonna work, or some people are just gonna work a job at Pizza Hut. But at the end of the day, people will get their pizza.
Yeah.
So
But any dude, the Pizza Hut guy might end up having a son that does, or a daughter that does something amazing. Like you have to play the cards like you're dealt shitty cards, but you play them best you can.
Exactly.
You play the best. There's some people that get like 3 kings, and somebody get like a pair of 2s, and somebody was like, bro, I got nothing here. And you play it the best you can, and eventually, like, you might give your kids a better chance. And this is like the American dream part, where like basically like the American dream is basically for most immigrants is you come here to America, you sacrifice your life.
Yep.
You sacrifice your life working in all the industries and stuff that support the American hegemony, and your children have the ability to enter the space and actually get into the capital class or get into the entrepreneur class or whatever. Like I entered the capital class, and my parents and my mom and my dad like work themselves to the bone, to the part where like they have arthritis, like they're all, you know, they're messed up, like my grandfather too and stuff. Like how many people, like I'm pretty sure your family's like everyone's, I mean, I don't say arthritis, but I'm saying like jacked up from working and stuff like that.
Work themselves like.
I bet you they had dreams.
Yeah.
I bet you they had dreams. Like my dad wanted to be a lawyer. My dad always wanted to go to school, and my grandfather wouldn't let him because the family needed money and stuff. And he never became a lawyer. He wanted me to be a lawyer.
Right.
You know, I know my mom had like dreams that like my mom actually wanted to be a runner. Actually, she was like one of the fastest people in all Mexico.
Really?
Yeah. And dude, I got stories for days. Like this is how messy. She was from such a poor village. She was such a poor village from Mexico and stuff. They walked to Guadalajara, which was like 6 hours driving, to go to the running thing. And then she didn't have shoes.
Damn, so
she ran the race barefoot, got 3rd place and stuff like that. And they put her because basically they were discriminating against like the small villages because they wanted the big schools in the main cities to win and stuff. That they placed my mom with a bunch of older girls. She still got 3rd place and stuff with no shoes.
Yeah, that's
stuff,
crazy.
Just and from fucking like the worst poverty ever.
Who knows like what would have like sparked from that? You know what I'm saying? And so, like anybody that's watching and that can relate to a lot of our situation, because a lot of millennials, that's our life. You know, that's what happened. Our parents came from some 3rd world country or some area where they were like didn't have as much, came to America for the American dream, risked everything, worked their asses off so that we can like sit down and grow up, you know, regularly, go to school and things like that. You know, sometimes you gotta really just owe it to your parents. You gotta let them know it's like, yo, like you gotta put the family on the map. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You
gotta be the one to put the family on the map, and you could do that through things like crypto.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So basically what I'm saying is don't be a waste of sperm. Don't be a waste of sperm. But I mean, you know, everybody got their own life to live. So you don't got to put your family on the map. But I mean, I'm sure your parents would be very appreciative if you did.
So hey, I gotta say, so where can people follow you, man?
So right now you guys can just check me out on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? I do have online training. So when it comes to fitness, weight loss,
go hire my boy.
Building your muscles, you know, shoot me a DM. I do want to mention this though. I want to work with guys that are ready to lace their boots up. Like, I'm not going to cap you. Like, I want to work with you. If you are ready, like, to lace your boots up and walk down this path with me, like Miguel's walking down this path with me, I will walk down it with you. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I want to dedicate myself to my clients. That's how I want to dedicate myself to fitness. I want people to experience the same thing, the same feeling I get when I look at myself in the mirror in the morning, man. Like, I want people to feel it. You know what I'm saying? Like, walk down the path, and I will walk down it with you, and I will show you the way. That's essentially all I'm trying to say. And every person that has done that with me has gotten the results they want. They felt more confident. They started getting more compliments. They look better. They smile at themselves in the mirror, and that's all. Like I tell them, like, dude, like when you tell me that, like, damn, like, yo, this girl complimented me, or like, oh man, everybody's telling me like I look different, and like that to me alone is like, yo, man, I'm just glad that person is living their life. You know what I'm saying? They figured it out. Now it's like, go off into this world and just do great things, man. Like I like recently, back in May, I ran a marathon with one of my clients. I actually went to I was in Georgia, and I went to him, and I ran a marathon with him. So it's like,
right.
If we, you know what I'm saying, if we build that bond, we build that connection, I will come out to you and we could run a marathon, or we can, I'm saying, I like when guys compete, and like guys when go out in this world, you know what, I'm going to go out and go do this. I'm going to go rock climb and do something like that. Like, that's great. That's what fitness should lead you to go do. Fitness should lead you to go and do great things, whether it's in fitness or whether it's outside of fitness. But shoot me a DM on Instagram. Follow me at Yasuke Fitness. And let's get to work, man. For real, like, let's get to work. Let's lace the boots up. Let's stop with the feeling sorry for yourself. Let's stop all that, man. A lot of guys come to me with that.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's hard to like talk somebody out of that.
Right.
I want somebody that's like, look, tell me what to do. Ask me to jump, and I'll tell you how high. I mean, you know what I said.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. You want highly motivated people.
Yeah.
To do the same thing with like if you're in it, you ain't in the right mindset, join the crypto mindset, join the Citadel.
Exactly.
But you want to get your fitness right, sign up with my boy right here, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, follow him on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. All the links are in the description below. And please, if you guys want to know why crypto's going down, get the free ebook. It's in the description. Find out why crypto's going down. I put it in the chat right there. Join the Citadel, get based, get woke.
Oh, yeah.
And perfect, man. Hey, my next stream will be on Thursday at noon. It will be with Rolo Tomasi, and we're gonna talk all things crypto, religion, and everything, man. So just join me for that, man. It's gonna be here in the studio,
Don't miss
man.
that stream.
Heck yeah, man. Let's do it, man. So thank you so much, man. Peace.
Peace.